So if you like extend longer and then fast up, or extend fast slow up.
Yeah, see, I'm finding your advice with the triceps.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've been getting more of the tricep.
Does it feel like deeper? Because the center tricep is the harder part, because it's like a U shape.
See, look how big and bulging this is.
But it's the U.
Like,
you
this
gotta,
is so strong.
you know what? It's
like
true.
I
This is
feel that, and I feel like something rising
in you, like big and strong in you.
In my
tension over time.
But like in the lower region,
Nethers, you got little feels.
The nether region, it is like at first this used to intimidate. Now,
but now you're like aroused,
but
emotionally.
Emotionally and physically.
I mean, that's fair.
You know, like feel like I'm getting a chest muscle.
Oh,
so it's like
hold on. This is like coming in like the. Are you doing like the incline bench?
I'm doing more incline.
And then are you doing close grip for tricep chest combo?
What do you mean? What's
that?
So
you gotta get an incline bench and then put your hands closer than shoulder.
Okay.
And then if you press up, you'll feel it here. And then if you contract here, you'll work on your chest and tricep at the same time. It'll be upper chest.
I just feel like Koi, as two geeky people, we're at this stage now where we should just be so sexy.
Always.
I feel like sex appeal is everything.
Now that I've been sick for a month, I'm going to come back and I'm going to get even in better shape than I was at my peak last summer.
Yeah.
Because this Reject Mountain moment we're having right now is going to bring the people in.
I think
new audience.
I think the reality is like we have to put up this show on the audience and make it seem like, hey, you know, I'm married, I'm in love, and you got this girlfriend you are head over heels for.
It's insane.
But the truth is,
that's just a cover.
That's just a cover. Truth is, we just really want to be with each other. We just want to flex. Yeah,
I'm just here because you're here.
I mainly just look at myself in the mirror.
Oh, you know, my biggest problem on camera is not looking at me.
Yeah.
But now my biggest problem is not looking at you.
I see you, and I get it.
It's a real struggle.
I totally. I mean, just come on. I mean, feel that. Look at that.
That's a whole hand now.
We're coming. I know,
we're
right?
doing it.
Like, look at
this
you.
Is for us.
You're so sexy.
I appreciate.
You're so sexy.
I got to keep up with Greg.
You're so. Anyway, we should go.
Oh, we've been.
Oh, we are.
It says live.
Oh, we're live.
That was, you know.
Oh, my bad.
You know, didn't
expect.
Can
they hear us?
I assume they saw and heard nothing. Otherwise, this would be uncomfortable.
If we're lucky, normally our audio's not working like how it a lot of the time does.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear all that?
No, they couldn't have.
There's no way you
We'd
guys
have to
heard
start
all
the
that,
stream
right?
over and delete this from the internet because the internet's temporary.
Should we start the stream over?
I think
they heard it.
I think I'm not going to work on the internet anymore. I think this is
They
guys,
caught your ego.
You know, they know the truth. They didn't know before.
No.
Now they know.
Well, whatever. Whatever,
you
guys.
Want to go live? Let's go.
Let's go live. We're live.
Let's do this.
We're live. We're live, people.
Let's go. Time to talk about comics and movies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got so many things that we've got to discuss today. We got some main topics that we want to go through. Of course, you know, we got the Superman first look, which I'm sure Koi is just not sick of talking about.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Sure
There's a Superman?
I'm sure Koi has not been on many videos and streams already where he has had to discuss this insurmountable amount of time.
6 days. 6 days.
Just a couple of days ago, we got ourselves a Galactus casting news, which is exciting to hear. And apparently John Malkovich is going to be in there as well. I don't know what's going on. I'm sure this man has some theories for us. Good thing I got this thumbnail for reference to know what the hell I'm talking about.
Those are images of our discussions.
Gollum movie. I think that's the one I'm most excited for to talk about.
Greg's the one guy on the internet that's like, I need that. Inexplicably.
Stupid fat hobbits, am I right, guys?
I mean, Andy Serkis is ready, and he's sitting around.
So ready, baby. And also Batman Cape Crusader. But of course, you guys are the real co-host of this stream. So we're going to be paying attention to the chat. And of course, Super Chats and Streamlabs are welcome. We never end a stream without going through every single one of them. Fantastic way to support the channel. And I thought to make it fun, whenever a Super Chat comes in, or we will. Normac, first Super Chat of the day.
He's got a cat with little, or is that a red panda? I don't know, but he's cute.
We will reveal something about ourselves. We'll tell a fun fact about ourselves or about the other person. Fun fact number one. I first time I had a deep dive conversation with Koi about anything was before a Schmodown event, and he had just gotten Arby's, but was nervous about being bloated to do this Jeff Goldblum bit. And that was the first time, like, this is my actual first conversation I'm having with this guy who I've seen on the internet countless times.
And I was like,
So,
they've got the meats, Greg,
yes.
and I needed the meats.
There you go.
That's so fun. I didn't remember that was I remembered that conversation, but I didn't realize that was our first conversation.
Our first conversation.
And it came through full circle today, talking about the bloat and the meats.
The bloat and the meats. Well, speaking of bloat and the meats, guys, thank you so much for being in this chat. Coy, I think we should go right into it. I did not prepare any images.
Nope, not a one. He's
no
gonna
images.
Find them live.
I'm going to find the lowest res image of
Make
the new
sure-
Superman.
Get a fake one. Get
Just-
an AI
yeah,
image and get something that a fan made because they're like, I can design a better suit than professionals.
Coy, while I'm pulling this up,
Superman, not Legacy.
what is the feeling that you are having about this Superman first look? And guys in the chat, what are you feeling about this Superman first look?
I had a very interesting moment with this suit where I realized I didn't love it or hate it, and it made me realize that nuance in my heart wasn't as dead as I thought. I thought I had to have an immediately strong reaction, and I realized this isn't what I pictured. This isn't necessarily what I want, but I also want to see it in motion before I decide anything. So I didn't have a strong feeling one way or the other, but if I was a lesser YouTuber, I would have made a very big face along with my my image to describe.
Hey, no, don't mock the big faces.
We actually use our faces in the thumbnails. In fairness to
There
us,
we go.
I'm very proud of the fact that
we don't
this
need to
is
see
a
us on the
channel
stream.
that reaction actually grabs our reaction. We don't do this falseness. But I do think that this is a suit that will look better in motion.
Is this good for playback?
I think they're going to understand what we're showing.
I think this is better.
I think it's a clear image.
I think
It
this
is
is
in motion.
better. Yeah, it's
which I
motion.
appreciate. I think this
That's
suit,
probably what's happening in the background for him when he's actually putting on. Oh my god! Oh my
well,
god!
he's going at super speed to put on the boots.
Yeah.
But I think it's really cool that it's an amalgamation of what the legacy of Superman, even though that's not the title anymore. When they started making the suit, it had been. He's got the new 52 collar. He's got the new 52 cape mount. He's got the Kingdom Come chest piece. He's got the old Fleischer animation 40s insignia around it, the thin line work. There's a lot of different Superman legacy to this suit. Now, I do understand people seeing this as... Actually, I don't understand. I should clarify. I don't get the people that go, why is he being lazy and ignoring what's going on? To me, this is another day at the office / I'm a firefighter doing my due diligence, getting back to work. This looks like a man who's already been fighting and he's going back to it.
Such a
firefighters?
Such a shill.
What am I shilling?
You just got to defend everything with Superman, don't you?
Yeah, because I'm such a DC shill.
You just want to get in
Everyone
James Gunn's good graces.
That I'm a DC shill. Cut to me talking about Marvel for 5 years, waiting to the day I can talk about this because Snyder fans are fucking maddening. Anyway, this suit to me reads as this is a guy doing his job and he's putting his boot on 1 foot at a time like anybody else. Which is apparently, according to the internet, a gay thing to do is put on shoes. But I'm fascinated by
I saw that. There was that
so
tweet going
funny, dude.
around
That was
about
like
someone
how
saying
effeminate it was to
how
sit.
feminine it is to sit and put on your boot.
I staple on my shoes.
Like, we don't
a
know.
man.
I think the thing is with this, we don't know what moment this is. Is this like part of an opening sad montage? Is this the end where after like the exhaustion
Well, he's already been in the fight.
Like,
Look at the top half of the suit. He's putting on a new bottom.
Like, this could be him rising to the occasion at the very end, and he could be exhausted, showing the weight of this as opposed to just being this impenetrable being. This is early stages, and most importantly, guys, it's one photo. Why is everyone freaking out about it?
It's insane.
Just wait for the trailer and then bitch about it.
That's inevitable too. They want to bitch more times. They want to bitch longer.
I had this. I think I had the conversation with you. Like, was there a time before social media when they would just release these first look images in like Entertainment Weekly or something, where people will go
Empire Entertainment Weekly.
I don't know about that.
I have to type a letter. I'm going to fax this to Entertainment Weekly.
I mean, I know hate mail came in and Michael Keaton would get shit and whatever.
So much.
Now
Now it's too accessible. The
I
hate's
don't know.
too accessible.
I don't feel like there's anything to get really upset. I think. I mean. Here's the other flip side. I think it is a bit of an odd first look. I would quietly admit it's a very odd first look at the same time. Like the first, you usually expect like, I'm posing.
This is a job
Superman
for
pose.
but I think they're showing that it's a different take, right? Like they're
Yes.
giving the energy of like this is a guy that's doing what he has to do and he's getting back into it. I like how human it is because if you look at the Matt Reeves take, Christopher Reeve take, it's very presentational that first image, but it's like almost a candid. Every picture of Christopher Reeve looks like Superman actually existed.
Yeah,
like they're all just candids of a guy that is Superman. Snyder did this very like monochrome, very bleached out action shot that the sparks were actually more lit than Superman. It's very like one monotone color. And then Brandon Routh was mirroring the Christopher Reeve. So I think this is the first one that's like, this is a guy figuring out his life. Like he's going back to it. And the bottom half isn't dirty, the top half is. So he clearly is changing. And everybody's like, why wouldn't you do it in super speed? This is a still. Maybe he is in super speed. We're capturing a moment of like, it's such a funny concept that people are like, wouldn't he be hurrying? Maybe he is.
And then people were talking, I see a lot of complaints about like the looseness of it. And isn't this early stage Superman?
I also assume he's putting on the suit. It might tighten up.
Yeah.
I don't love that that's loose in the image. Again, it's an odd choice. But I don't think in the movie we're going to see Flappy Man.
Yeah.
What do you think of the image? I've spoken plenty.
I don't care enough.
Oh, that's honest.
I see the image and I go, I'm so of the mindset when you've been privy to this for so long of just wait for it to see it in motion.
Yeah, motion's a big thing.
So much of the time you see something in motion. This is one photo. We might see a trailer that gives a completely different tone. That's going to speak infinitely more volume than whatever a photo does, honestly. A first look photo is important, though. I will say that like it's a strange first look. The best thing it's doing is getting people talking.
Right.
Is the talking a positive thing? But I feel like even if people who are negative about this photo,
still conversation.
It's still conversation, and it's going to cause them to still check out the trailer.
I mean, that's the only reason TikTokers have jobs is they're being controversial and getting dumb content. Like they're getting controversy out. Like that Mumble dude. Like they're literally just going like, oh, people are talking about the movie. They're not talking about the movie. They're talking about someone being an idiot. So any press is press. Which is happening. Any press is press.
Any press is press. But guys in the chat, I'm seeing some mixed reactions here in the chat. You comment in the chat because your comments are playing back in the video here for everyone to see. Everyone can say it.
Yeah, we're
Isn't
curious.
That cool?
And I like the trunks. Honestly, I'm a trunks guy.
Oh my God, we got some super chats. We will get to all of them. Thank you guys so much. We start stacking them up and then we go through them. So thank you guys for everyone who's been contributing. We will make sure to do them. We're just getting through the main stories first. What were we saying, Coy?
I like the trunks. I like the coloring. I don't know what it's going to look like in motion. It is the traditional like modern basketball texture, which I don't love, but I am curious. You can't do like a plain non-textured look. It looks like pajamas from Target. So like I don't know what I would have wanted, but the Christopher Reeve type suit doesn't work today. Like you don't go full Amazing Spider-Man but you also can't go just matte. So I mean, in motion it's going to be a different animal.
It's going to be a different animal, a different beast. What I'm mainly on the lookout for is what is Jonathan Kent going to look like? I feel like no one's debating that enough.
That actor seems so wholesome.
We don't know.
Also, this is like a very guy from Kansas image, which I like.
Yeah.
Like a guy just like going to work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, in my opinion, it is an all right photo. It's debatable. It's created conversation. And just wait for the goddamn trailer if you're really obsessed.
Yeah.
Upset. All right? I don't mean to trigger you.
Whoa.
Trigger. Such a sensitive on it. I'm clearly sensitive
to
people
about
being
the sensitivity.
sensitive. I'm sensitive about the sensitivity. Look at these super chats pulling in. Thank you guys.
People are great.
Anyway, that's our first story down. Now, after you left here,
moments after,
I'll tell you guys first. You're the first to learn this.
Exclusive.
Coy and Juan have never seen the show Spectacular Spider-Man. So after X-Men 97, they are going to start uploading their reactions for Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's my only Spider-Man blind spot. I looked through everything, and it's like the only thing I haven't. I've even seen the old Electric Company Spider-Man from the 60s. I have not seen, because this came out.
Have you seen the Japanese Spider-Man?
I've seen some episodes. They're not all available, but the ones I've gotten access to a few. But I love that this came out like when I was about to move to LA, so I just missed it because of scheduling and timing.
Not a real fan.
I know. I'm the worst. Also, everyone that's still mad at me for only watching Superman when I turned 30, like, this is the Spider-Man equivalent, so I'm not a good Spider-Man fan either. But, yeah, I'm really curious what tonally it gets to, because I know it shifts a bit.
Yeah.
It's also funny because I know Josh Keaton in real life through Yuri, so now I'm like, oh, that makes sense that people are, like, he's very good. Like, he's such a good Spidey.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited.
I can't wait for you guys to see those reactions. But after Coy left, a story dropped moments later.
Yep. I was like driving
literally minutes after he left. And it was about Galactus casting.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I wish I had the photo. Oh, man, can you imagine how smooth that would have been if I just said
at the moment
at the back, and then it's like a perfect casting, and like the photo appeared perfectly, but no, I had to and then I had to adjust it. I'm not gonna post.
Go back. You go back here. Go back and edit. Just do more work.
No.
You've got time.
No.
You should get to this Wednesday morning.
We've made a living off of being raw.
Yeah. Punk rock.
Lazy is another word for raw.
Unfiltered, they say.
Raw.
Yeah.
All right, Coy. Now, here's the rhetoric going around is that who's the guy playing Galactus? Ralph Inneson?
Yes.
Inneson? Ralph Inneson. Apparently, he's got a fantastic
Dude, his
voice.
voice is awesome.
He's got an amazing voice.
Yes.
To play Galactus. Coy, now, it's easy to assume that everyone knows who Galactus is, especially because everyone saw Rise of the Silver Surfer.
The best Marvel movie before Iron Man.
Obviously.
Everyone knows.
I will. Thanks you for asking about the Doctor Who thing. But Coy, really quick, couple of things I'm going to need for you guys to help out the audience.
Yes.
Here. First,
Who is he?
who is Galactus?
Uh-huh.
Secondly, please leave a like on this stream. Thirdly, how do you feel about this casting? Fourthly,
okay, I gotta keep track. Fantastic. Fourthly,
what role is Galactus? How big of a role do you think Galactus will play into said Fantastic Four film?
Okay,
Take it away.
firstly, Galactus is the devourer of worlds. He's a cosmic being that feeds off of planets, but those planets need life on them. He basically consumes life.
My God, learn to look at
In
the
the
camera
world-
and not yourself.
I was totally looking. I was
You know
looking
what?
at this
You know
and
what?
myself, but I'm gonna go here.
Okay, but sorry.
I'm gonna go here. Thank you.
Coy's
That's for
learning
the
to
best.
not look
That's
at
for the
himself.
best.
All right.
This guy's handsome too, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be distracted by his like really cool bone structure.
Yeah.
look
Just only
at that
look at
handsome guy.
look at
Yeah,
your, don't
look
at
at
the
Greg,
camera.
devourer of worlds.
Only look
Greg
look at,
Galactus.
talk to the camera.
Greg
Coy.
Galactus Alba.
Connect to the camera so people are connecting with you.
They totally feel me through
It's
this.
okay, Coy. I got this, Coy.
Galactus, devourer of worlds. Galactus is basically an entity that consumes planets, but it's interesting in that he sends out heralds to find the planets, and he's had a few heralds. The most notable one is the Silver Surfer. So basically, he was going to consume the Silver Surfer's planet, and then Norrin Rad made a deal that he would become his herald in order to save his planet, and must then go find other, usually habitated planets with people on them, and basically has to give up sentient life and sacrifice others for himself.
Sure.
Galactus is one of the big bads of the Fantastic Four, but he's also kind of a cosmic threat. Like, he can consume the entire planet. So it usually takes quite a few people to take him down, and he is something that is definitely a Kirby creation in that he is an abstraction, but he appears to you how you perceive him. So, like, he doesn't actually look like this, but it's how the human eye would absorb the data, which I always love the concept of. So he can be a ridiculous blue and purple guy with a helmet on because that's what the human mind interprets his energy as. So I really love the idea. I heard for a while it was going to be Javier Bardem, then Antonio Banderas. I love the idea that this dude's voice is just going to be him in a helmet real big, because they could make this absurd and awesome if they do it right. There's a fine line to walk. Just don't make him a space cloud. Don't do it.
Don't make him a space.
He's been a space cloud. Do not do that to me again. But yeah, this guy's perfect. Second thing, hit that like, devour that like button.
You did it.
Third thing, I think that as casting goes, it is important to cast people that are right for the role, not always names. I love going to see a movie because an actor's in it, but you've already got an ensemble of 4. So they don't need to have every single person be a name. And when Marvel was starting, they were casting unknowns. There's that crazy Vulture article about like Thor, the Marvel rolls dice, cast unknown for Thor. Hemsworth and Hiddleston seem to be doing okay for them. There are roles that could make people stars, and this guy I think is absolutely right for this kind of role. And I'm now the motion we want for the super suit. But I honestly think it's his voice that's going to sell it, and his physicality. Like, he looks like Galactus. And fourth, what kind of role do I think he's going to have in the film? I think what Galactus is going to be in the film is the big bad for the singular film, but setting up a lot of cosmic threads. I think Silver Surfer will carry on into other films. I think we've had a lot of cosmic team teasing. We've had the Celestials. We've had, the Living Tribunal. We've had a lot of those things. We haven't really interacted with them. So I think Galactus is going to really set up the concepts of this stuff. But he also might be his universe's Galactus. And I think the Fantastic Four are going to be trapped in another universe. So we might meet 2. We'll see. Maybe Antonio Banderas is still in it as another Galactus. What if we still get Antonio, but he's the other Galactus' Galactus?
All right, now I got to like awkwardly readjust this whole thing.
Top to bottom. Top to bottom.
Problem when you attempt hilarity.
It's humor costs.
Holy shit, guys.
Humor costs.
This is costly.
Ask Matt Rife. It is
time
costly.
is money, and we got super chats
Making
rolling
jokes
in.
is how
Thank
you
you guys.
end careers.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Holy crap! There we
You
go.
did it.
Oh my God, we did it, Coy. That is awesome to hear, and yep, I'm excited about it.
His voice is great.
Why not?
Why not?
be
Why not?
excited?
Just
Why
blindly.
Not? Why not?
It's good to have
blindly
joy,
be excited
Greg.
about it. Who is John Malkovich playing?
I think John Malkovich is okay. There's 2 ideas. I think one, he might be playing the guy who basically like the butler-esque character of the Baxter Building. But I think it'd be hilarious if he was Jarvis. Jarvis is their like cleaning robot. I think it'd be great if the voice of the cleaning robot was just Herbie.
You mean Herbie?
Yeah.
Herbie. God,
Yeah.
I knew that off the top of my
but
head.
there's a human as well. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He didn't look it up just now. People know who Herbie is.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. That's why I said yeah.
Yeah, it's an acronym, guys, for herpes, everybody raises bitches in equality.
Mm-hmm. It was a big program in the 80s.
Yeah. It's a little outdated. They're probably going to go woke and
they're gonna be like,
change it.
Heteronormativity equals respect. I acknowledge effortlessly.
Bunch of cowards.
Yeah.
Cowards at Marvel.
Dude, you ironically and like sardonically going like, they said they in the morph thing with this episode has like so many funny comments. Like I've so many angry people that are like, oh, he has to care. Only millennials. And I was like, even sarcasm is lost on the dumb.
The whole point was
it's so funny.
The whole point of the joke was everyone's going to point it out already.
I really love how dumb.
Oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry.
I love
this
it.
is not updated.
That's not live.
All right, here we go. All right, that's good to hear. Story 2
Or their
down.
mailman, yes.
Dang, how many we got some supers that we got to make sure we are. Thank you guys. Keep them pouring in.
Please.
We got some fun facts to tell all you guys. All right, here we go. Coy.
Also, the mailman that I was speaking of was originally played by Stan Lee, so I think Malkovich would be a fun.
All right. I saw people talking about Batman Cape Crusader.
Yes.
Now, as I'm pulling up a photo,
I think Paul Walter Hauser's Mole Man.
Let's go with the Harley Quinn photo because that seems to be the talk here.
Okay, because it is a very different redesign versus the others that are similar.
Well, I hear that they're going to be doing like a different rendition on Harley Quinn. So, guys, I know that part of communication is, enhancing it through visuals.
Yes.
So here we go, straight from Entertainment Weekly for everyone here. Batman Cape Crusader. Now, to my understanding, this is from the same guy who was behind Batman the Animated Series, whose name is Bruce Timm, produced by J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves.
Pretty crazy lineup.
It's going to be a 10-episode premiere on Amazon Prime Video. I will be doing this solo. Definitely don't need him by my side for that one. And
X-Men 97, but just Greg.
Yes.
It is effectively DC's X-Men 97. It's a reboot of an iconic 90s show in a new way.
And it's going to be
just
like in a 40s era.
Yeah.
And it's a show I'm very excited about. There's been a lot. I thought it might have been a show that might get canceled. So it's cool.
Warner Brothers dropped it. Amazon picked it up.
Yeah, that's what's cool to see that it's actually coming to fruition. And the Harley Quinn talk has been a bit part of the big conversation. I think in large part due to Bruce Timm. The Batman the Animated Series is what brought Harley Quinn to the medium, introduced Harley Quinn to Batman in totality. Then she went into the comics, and now the same people behind it are giving us a different rendition on Harley Quinn. And I feel like they're probably going to be doing like an inverse is what they talked about, right?
I assume, yeah. It's more of her going into that Stockholm.
Whereas like Harley Quinn was kind of normal and then became...
She broke bad.
Then she broke bad and became crazy and addicted to Mr. J. And now they're going to be doing a bit of an inverse in terms of personality type. So I feel like this will be more of the more serious Harley Quinn.
And she looks terrifying.
She does look terrifying. I mean, women in general
terrify
me.
You saw the top of this show.
So the fact that we have like a scary Harley Quinn now who's not all about just, being dedicated to the Joker, that's scary because if a woman is not all about a man, what is their identity?
If she's not in the kitchen or standing behind him, like, where is she? I don't trust her.
I don't.
Where are her hands? What's she doing?
Like that. How do you have a personality?
I mean, I lock my doors from the outside at home, and that's where my woman is.
She
is where she belongs.
See, that is modern.
I gotta know.
We need to go back to these times.
100%.
Because that is how we stay focused.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wear my red hat here, but I've got a hat that clearly illustrates where women belong.
Yes.
Very important.
He's talking about his fez hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
John's was great, by the way.
He's got a fez hat.
John's fez hat. I was very impressed.
Coy,
yes.
Real quick, because I imagine this Batman Cape Crusader news is not the biggest talk for our chat right now, but it's something we want to talk about.
The live chat's frozen, Greg.
Oh, no, is it frozen?
What are they? Yeah, it hasn't moved.
Son of a bitch.
See? It's not moving. What's happening?
Oh, you're right.
I'm just
Are
noting
people
it.
just not talking?
That's unbelievable.
That's not realistic.
That's not real.
What's
What's
going on
happening?
here?
Why isn't it moving?
What's going on? Oh,
Was it on?
I'm sorry,
Oh,
guys.
there it is.
Oh my God, there's so many.
Yeah,
comments.
I knew that couldn't be correct.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys.
Man, I felt bad for us.
Guys,
like, there's 7 people in here.
Guys, what do you think about Batman, the Caped
Swimmingly.
Crusader? Caped Crusader. Please tell us your thoughts, Coy. How are you feeling about this? I'm personally so excited for it.
I have one mega flaw, which is funny because I have
Dude,
I'm Mr. Negative. I'm coming in negative.
Want to get
invited to the premiere.
Invited to the premiere and get interviews.
I gotta only be
We have
positive.
to only like
Chill,
every
chill,
single
chill,
thing.
chill.
God damn it,
I'm gonna
Coy.
start negative. Surprise the people and the studio.
I don't know, man.
Everybody
I don't
knows.
know,
Everybody
man.
knows. That's my job.
Okay.
He needs purple gloves.
Fill your wallet.
He needs purple gloves, you guys. As much as everyone's got things to say about the Superman suit, it's funny that I have a stronger opinion about this suit. The purple gloves are how the Batman started. The Batman of this era would have purple gloves. But other than that, and that's a fucking minutia. I love the Catwoman redesign. I think it's a great play on the Tim Sale look with Jeff Loeb from The Long Halloween. It also leans into that 90s Catwoman suit, but it feels like it's 40s. I love the Paul Dini writing, so I'm really excited to see what he reinvents, because the man is responsible for what I think is the ultimate adaptation of Batman. I love Nolan. I love Matt Reeves, but that Batman animated series is perfect. This Harley Quinn suit has me most curious about the tone of the villains, because I think the psychology of Batman, I've talked about it before, every one of his villains kind of mirrors his psychology, and if he could be blank, they would be blank. And I really am curious, when you go to Batman's roots in the 40s without all the toys or with different toys, what are these psychological traumas going to manifest as? So this looks terrifying. And I think this is going to be a really fun way to reinvent the wheel while still honoring the classic Batman. And I kind of like that it's on Amazon. I don't love Amazon. I don't love, giant billionaires thriving.
Bezos.
But we'll take your money. But I do like the idea of someone other than Warner Brothers having a little bit of creative control, because I do feel like after the Batgirl situation, I want someone else to have the rights to keep making it.
Sure.
So, if this gets, decent views, I could see a season 2. I think it would have to get exceptional views for HBO Max to throw any more money at it.
Fair enough.
I mean, I love HBO. Money.
Well, that's what I like to hear. Guys, we're going to move on now to the story of the day, the story you've all been waiting for. Then we're going to hop into our super. We know we got some supers in here. Hey, Bucky, our moderator. And thank you guys so much for being in here. We love doing the
Saturday,
live streams.
every Saturday. We love you guys being here on Saturday with us.
Live streams are arguably my favorite thing that we are currently doing. So, or me filming by myself.
Yeah,
So-
as long as he's live to him, he's happy. Sharing,
Sharing is a whole other thing.
And because of that, hit that like
hit
so we can
that
get people
like
to watch
button,
it later.
people. Hit that like button. The Gollum news. Gollum, I need a photo of
Scott, I'm
Gollum.
going to let you run with this because you're so excited.
I actually didn't really look it up. What I did was I find information, I copy and paste it, send it to Coy.
Don't read it.
And I barely read it. And then I go,
Coy, you're
yeah,
the expert.
I'm bringing you here for a reason.
Yeah, you're the Gollum
You're
expert.
supposed to know this shit.
Totally a Tolkien
you
head.
go and do this.
I love Lord of the Rings, but yeah, I got this.
Everyone in the chat, if you could help me out here with this story. To my understanding, if I recall what this story is that Peter Jackson will be producing it. Andy Serkis, the man who became famous through playing Smeagol himself, is going to be directing this movie.
Look at the clarity.
Yeah,
look at the CGI.
I'm always in the heat of the moment downloading extremely high res photos to put on this YouTube stream for
that
everyone.
That is 4 frames, just going great. There it is.
There we go. And I feel like this is such a weird fucking choice to do.
Lord of the Rings is just like, what if?
I think this is such an odd choice of a film to do. First off, Andy Serkis is a goddamn talent to begin with, all right? We know how much of a talent he is. Him playing, what is the word that people are saying? Like, we shouldn't call it performance something or another. Like they
performance capture versus motion capture?
I think that's what they say we should be saying instead.
Because they're performing as well as doing motion. Yeah, they're
sometimes you say motion capture now. Now that word is taboo.
Yeah.
You want to say motion capture.
Well, it's best just not to talk, but we're not good at that.
Yeah, it's very true. But I don't know who's going to really... I'm always here with you guys. I'll be the first to admit when I can sound a little hypocritical. Because I'm always the first to go, just wait for a goddamn trailer.
Check the tape.
Just wait for this.
10 minutes ago.
Stop the bitching. But I hear something.
gonna
like,
bitch.
I hear something like this. I'm not gonna bitch. I think it's a funny idea to do this because why would I feel like we got everything we need from Gollum?
Yeah, no, the people demand this, Greg. The people are asking. For it.
How could his story be
Go
more
deeper.
interesting than we already saw in the movie? And then Peter Jackson being
Producing.
involved with it. They did the expansion shit with The Hobbit. And now while there's a lot of love for The Hobbit that has apparently risen from the ashes
If
over the
something's
years.
bad 10 years ago, it's good. If something's good
Exactly.
5 years later, it's bad.
Yeah, but guys got to go back to what it was like when it first came out. We're like, this is not fully clicking.
Or just watch it.
There's other stories within the Lord of the Rings universe that
Silmarillion?
the Silmarillion, something that Coy and I have read front to back many times.
Got it memorized.
Oh my God,
Tattooed on my back.
I'm even 100% confident.
That's the word.
We're saying it
Totally.
right.
We
Yeah,
speak
I'm 100% confident.
Yeah.
This just seems like a very odd thing to do. And the other part about it, I think Andy Serkis is an amazing performer. His movies he has directed don't currently have the strongest track record of strong directing. People like Venom Left 3 Car. It's fun. I wouldn't call it like an amazingly directed movie. He did Mowgli, which I know was coming off of Jungle Book, and maybe there was some comparison stuff there. His first movie he did was generally well received, but it certainly wasn't like beloved. It was the one with Andrew Garfield. I forget the name of it. At the same time, I'm going, is this really the right move to entice people with some type of nostalgia hitting element?
Devil's advocate.
Please, I would love to hear a different point of view.
Andy Serkis on this, I can't imagine something he'd be more dedicated to. So I think that he had a really good time making Venom. I think he is a director who enjoys the stories he makes. I think he's one of the most talented performers, like, period. I think the combination of that dedication to performance and his love of this character with his directing prowess as he grows, this might have been something he wanted to make 4 movies ago. And now he feels comfortable. So my devil's advocacy is maybe this is something he's wanted to do forever, and now he feels like it's time. Because he loves the character. I've got a bias, though. Like, Andy Serkis is one of my favorite people. Every time, basically, whenever I interview Andy Serkis, I feel like I grow as someone aware of performances because he'll say something that unlocks something. He's one of those people that when he speaks, I'm like, I didn't even see that perspective. I love the way he views art. I love the way he views story. I love how he brings things to life. So I'm excited. It could be Andy Serkis reads the dictionary. I'd be like, I will pay to see it on Broadway. So this gives me hope because of his dedication, but I don't know if we need it. I just know I'm excited because it's Andy Serkis. If anyone else was making this, I'd say no.
Yeah.
But since it's him, I'm like, casual?
And some people are bringing up, like, I just hope the other characters completely different comment. That's funny. That's honestly a funny comment.
Which one? What happened?
It's making fun of, like, wow, people. Never mind. It's fun. It's a funny comment though. But I'll open up a can of worms if I
Oh,
address
okay,
it.
got it, fair. Tell me later.
I thought it was funny. But the part of it that just popped into my brain, now that I have let that thought out,
Yes.
the other part that has entered my brain of what could work about this is the thing with a prequel that is important is not so much the main character sometimes, but the other characters that you put within that prequel to really care about and get invested in.
Yeah.
So you could theoretically still make a movie if you happen to introduce other characters that people will gravitate to, where Gollum's purpose in this serves to introduce these guys and make them more of a folk, where he's more of a support for these guys. Because I don't really know what more, like, what Gollum, like, fishing, you know, like, what more
Return of the King gave him such a great backstory. Like,
yeah,
it's good.
That little short film. Sometimes a short film should just be a short film, you know, and I feel like that short film should be it. And no, I feel like it would actually be Popcorn Planet if it was his actual account. So don't waste your time. There.
Oh,
Yeah. Your former employer.
Oh, man, that just gave me, like, Babadook vibes.
Yeah,
I was like, what happened?
But who knows? Who knows? It could pan out very well. But, guys, we are behind on some supers, and we got to get to them because we know you guys have been contributing. So, Coy, please speed round some of these comments while I completely forgot to
gotta pull that up. Gollum Jones' Diary.
Let me prep all this while, you're
Talking about the
going
Bilbo leading into Hobbit. I like that idea. That's fun. The live chat isn't moving again, so I can only read so much.
Coy, it is
What's
moving.
he got in his pockets? Oh, there it goes.
Hold on 1 second.
It could be a Hunt for Red October movie. Gollum be more of a side character. I mean, I don't know how he'd end up on a submarine or with Sean Connery, but it could. I don't quite understand that reference.
Pull yourself together, Coy.
Oh, good God. I'm interested in the idea of a Gollum film within the Lord of the Rings world. I think Amazon just got the rights, and now they're like, we paid a lot of money for these rights. How do we make a lot of them? And I don't know what that's going to look like, but time will tell.
Yes, time will tell. And guys, if you're here, please leave a like on this
Yeah.
video. All right, now I was going to try to do this smoothly without bringing attention to it, but
It's too late.
if you're watching the video, you're about to see some chaos on screen right
it's
now.
happening.
Okay.
Do I think Cap 4 there'll be an adamantium war? I think they'll introduce the concept of adamantium, but I don't think there'll be like a whole war yet. X-Men 97 print. I would love to send you. Oh, Joe Will's art. That's awesome. I will find a PO box to send your way. DM me on some of the thing. Saw your break room video for X-Men 97 was great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Greg doesn't let me talk about other shows though, so it never happened. What are you talking about? I only exist here.
I feel like your other shows are just not as important, and you clip out more from other shows than you do here. And frankly, it's starting to piss me off a lot.
See what I deal with?
It's starting to piss me off a lot.
That's what it is.
But you guys should go check out Koi's channel. He's been posting a lot of like great things on there. He just hit 25,000 subscribers.
So proud of that.
And you know what? I know for sure that all those other channels also mention Koi's solo channel.
I mean, I mentioned it at the end, but they don't. You're right. Greg gets it. Look at that credit. There it is.
Okay, so normally we start off with the super chats.
Yes.
But
Mixing it up.
We often we're like, oh yeah, Streamlabs, we got to get to those. And Streamlabs, they actually take less.
So we appreciate
so
both. But
we're gonna like look at that really quick. So Ronin Unchained, our very first Streamlab, as promised.
Good,
fun
man.
fact, Koi. Give them a fun fact about you.
Fun facts about me. Fall is my favorite season, and when I smell that first smell of fall, I get nostalgic for like the last 20 years of my life, and it sends me into like a really positive tailspin. Every year around September, I have a very like powerful Nicholas Sparks energy.
Yeah, it probably helps that it's his birthday month, too.
It does. Well, that's the nostalgia. No, that helps. I'm very selfish.
It's really about my birthday.
As a narcissist, I know my birthday is coming, and I know people are going to appreciate me a little extra.
With every Streamlab and Super Chat, we must present a fun fact.
That's so hard. I love that.
I know, it's going to be hard. It could lead to tension.
It could.
We could subconsciously just
Reveal
say
too
something
much about
ourselves or each other.
Good thing it's a live
I
chat.
might say something about you.
Oh, shit.
Ronan Unchained, he is saying, what's up, Greg and Koi? Thanks for coming to WonderCon, buddy. I hope Snyder's scoop of Sigourney Weaver in talks to join the Mandalorian and Grogu film is true. Sigourney Weaver is an absolutely... I feel like she's an underrated gem. One of the best actresses of all time. Has such poise and strength, and no matter how long she's been in this business,
She's
every
still
time she's
surprising
on screen,
somehow.
she commands the fucking screen.
Yep.
She is such a goddamn great actress.
I agree.
And she even came onto the screen, and it's like there's no one like Sigourney Weaver. There really isn't anyone like her. She's constantly demonstrating a strength and an appeal and attract. Like you cannot put. She's in her own little box. You got to put women in a box. That's what Barbie taught me.
Yeah.
Put them in a
Physically
box.
in a box.
Box.
With the pulls wraps.
So, yeah, I hope that's true. Just don't want what she got in Defenders to happen. Oh, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Have either of you seen Pride of X-Men? If not, react to that. It's a gem.
Actually,
I've never seen Pride of X-Men.
I think there's like one thing I haven't seen from each of my favorite heroes, and that's the... Actually, no, I haven't seen Wolverine and the X-Men either. Is Pride of the X-Men, I assume Kitty Pryde leading? I'd be down to watch that.
There's been a lot of changes behind the scenes that we are implementing. By the way, guys, big announcement coming tomorrow. Is in fact,
Oh, tomorrow?
In fact, Coy, let me show you the thumbnail
I'm
that was
gonna
made
see
for
it.
it. I won't show you guys, but check it out. Isn't that cool?
Oh, it's coming. I like how it mirrors the thing on the... Yeah, that's clever.
Yeah.
That's clever.
It's just a little...
Oh, someone's going to freeze frame it and
What
zoom
is
into
that?
the
Zoom.
blurriness.
Enhance. Thank you.
Yeah.
Eric
enhance.
Horstman. Oh, my gosh. Eric, fun fact. I'll tell you a fun fact about me. I think about Eric a lot. And that is actually a genuine fun fact. Eric is the first. Someone recently got a She-Jex tattoo in honor on their thigh. They did it yourself.
Every time they
honor.
poop, they're going to think about the She-Jex.
I know.
That's a lot.
I hope those two girls never get canceled. So, but I have receipts on that.
Yeah, I know what they've done. I know what they've done.
I know who they are. But Eric, he is the first person who got a real. I think he might be the only one who got a real Rejects tattoo. Got the logo and everything.
Whoa.
We don't have that. We don't use that logo anymore. So
that means he's like, no G.
You're the only one living with the original
Yeah,
logo.
that's a classic.
So,
That's like having a classic Mustang.
But yeah, but I mean, I feel like that might be a cheat answer. Fun fact about me. I normally like to meditate and stretch before a live stream, but I didn't do any of that today, yet I feel good right now. Eric Horseman already missed Henry Cavill. There's proof I'm still a reject. There you go. I was giving him grief recently about I never hear from you anymore.
Oh.
And then here
he's
he is.
back in the game.
This is how I hear from you.
I think the tattoo is a pretty good way to stay in the game. It's permanent.
I know, but $50
is also nice.
Way cooler.
That's true.
You know?
I could buy us a piece of a tattoo.
I'm I cannot buy
Put it on your reel.
piece of tattoo.
Someone got a tattoo
with
and be like, look at this
with your
leverage.
tattoo.
That's true. That's fair.
But no, thank you, Eric. That's really generous. That's a really big
Thank you.
Oh my
That's
God,
very
thank
kind.
you so much.
Coming
That's
back
a
in
lot.
a big way.
That's a lot. Everyone should take a lesson out of Eric.
Obviously, we're looking at
That's
him
huge.
with a little extra love.
Guys, do you think Sigourney Weaver is underrated? Leave your thoughts down below. And the reason I was bringing up all these changes is because the goal for the next few months is try to establish more structure and scheduling and all this stuff. And with that, even introducing Spectacular Spider-Man is to see how we can maintain the movies and then also perhaps introduce more shows.
We're going to bundle HBO Max, Hulu, and Disney Plus. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, man. We're a bundle pack
We're a bundle pack. You'll see.
Bundle pack. All right. Let me see if I can do this, Coy. Let me see if I can do this. Boom. Everyone pay attention. Listen to my words.
Yes. Listen to the words.
Listen to what I'm doing. And then this goes to 500.
Whoa. That got big. The live chat's huge.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, I got to fix that.
Okay.
That's what happens when you do this
I'm just saying, we're just pressing buttons.
Hold on, everyone.
It's okay.
It's chaos.
I'd read it, but I can't. It's too big. I see Greg's a sexy mofo, and I don't disagree. But what do we do beyond those facts?
I know I'm a sexy mofo.
You just got to breathe it in. You got to remind yourself sometimes.
It's really easy for me to be like, guys, you don't need to throw those compliments at me or act like I don't know how to receive a compliment. But believe me,
he does.
It is filling up the fountain within myself.
Pop, pop,
and
pop.
I'm going to pour that water out onto all of you. Does that sound like an uncomfortable sexual
thing? Like a
thing?
cold water, or is it like a wet T-shirt?
Well, cold water when you want to reduce inflammation.
Oh, yeah,
hot water when you're looking for some Greg warmth.
Oh.
Let me just adjust this really quick.
So much happening. My screen here is chaos. All right. We trust you, Greg. Take your time.
Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. I know what I'm doing.
I can't fill the silence. Harrison Ford taught me this was unacceptable, and yet I've got no power here.
What do you mean?
I've never told you my Harrison Ford story.
Okay, wait. That's going to be a fun fact.
Oh, that'll be my fun fact.
Fun fact, Normac. We already gave you a fun fact. Thank you so much for being our first super chat of the day.
Robert Prusser gets a
fun fact. What's the fun fact, Coy?
Fun fact, I was honored enough to meet Harrison Ford by a series of insane events. And in that moment, I was standing around other heroes of mine, but I think in that moment, Harrison Ford saw me as more of a peer than I actually am because of the circumstances.
Okay.
So I actually got time with him. Like, sometimes you run into people and it's like they're busy and I respect their time. But other times, like, there's an actual casual dialogue happening.
Yes.
So I was around titans of this town. And so Harrison Ford, I think, thought I was way more important than I was. So Harrison Ford was, like, genuinely listening and like, really, we were vibing, man. And, like, I was getting him to laugh and smile, and I was like, this is my moment. So in that moment, I was like, and I really want to thank you for how you treat journalists. And I think he immediately thought I was making fun of him. And I was like, oh, no, I've offended Harrison. Because Harrison Ford is terrifying, and he doesn't take people's shit. So I was like, no, I mean, like, people have to do their job around you, and it means that people elevate their game or they, like, whittle themselves out. And I really appreciate that you don't let people do a bad job, because I do a good job, and I hate people getting time that don't. And he paused and, like, thoughtfully rebutted, and he looked at me, and he pointed his finger, and he went, I've got one rule. If there's dead air, it's theirs. And I, like, got the point. I got the Harrison Ford, the whole experience. And ever since, anytime I'm doing an interview, anytime I'm on stage, anytime I'm doing, like, Hall H or any of these big things, I know it's my responsibility to not let there be a single moment, because I'm hosting, I'm moderating. It's my job to make sure there's no dead air. And I literally have the angel and devil on my shoulder that are Harrison Ford going, there's dead air, it's theirs. And he was so kind to me, took a photo, had, like, a really, like, in-depth conversation about the arts and journalism. And he, like, every time people are like, Harrison Ford's a dick, I'm like, that's a lie. Like, you just don't know how to talk to the man. So it was an honor of my life. It was one of the big moments I've had.
I have found myself down many rabbit holes of obsessively watching Harrison Ford interviews.
He's, dude, we had one of the better conversations I've had. Like, it was a moment.
Yeah, I think he's an
fun
absolute
fact.
gem.
And then Robert Prusser asks, I think Ben's Daredevil will show up, but he dies. And that's why Elektra joins them. Also, Blake Lively will be Lady Deadpool / Deathpool. Have a great day. I think.
Oh, that would be fascinating. Kill off Ben Affleck's Daredevil.
I think he'd love that. I think Blake Lively plays Lady Deadpool, because I think Dazzler is Taylor Swift. And I think a lot of people think Taylor Swift's going to be Lady Deadpool. I think that's going to be Blake, because I think Ryan would love that. I also think they would have incredible sex wearing those suits. So I think, for his sake, that she's Lady Deadpool. Just a couple of Deadpools going at it after rap. But I think that Ben dying, I hadn't even considered that. I think that maybe he gets either an on-screen moment or not. But I love your take, and that's a really fun idea.
This potentially could get us demonetized. What I'm about to go into, because now
I was
Kawhi's
so
opened his
careful.
door.
I was
'Cause he
so
said that.
phrased.
But I'm gonna.
You're willing to accept
No, I'm
this.
saying I'm gonna go a little further.
Oh, okay.
This is where super chats help.
Yep, please, because we might not make any other money. Because Greg's about to. I love that you're consciously doing this because I'm usually the one he's like editing.
Well, you mentioned the thing about them going at it, and
Yeah.
then it had me thinking, and I feel like no one's brought this up yet, is that people talked about, Eternals is going to have their first sex scene, right? And everyone kind of made fun of how weirdly stale and
just
stiff it
shoulders,
was.
just
And
clavicles. Man, look at that friction.
Which is how I make love in real life.
Right.
However,
It's not about the
I feel
woman's
like
experience.
I feel like they could do that in Deadpool and actually make fun of the Eternals.
I
scene.
love that idea.
Yeah.
Like they're just going at it, but it's really rigid.
And they're making, and they actively call out, like, let's not do this like Eternals, you know?
I think that was phrased in a way that won't get us demonetized. I like that.
Let's hope so.
We're very
You
cautious.
never know.
It's so funny how like delicate YouTube is.
They're very delicate.
But
They're
we love you
sensitive
and
voices.
appreciate you.
Andrew Garcia. Fun fact about me. I proposed to my wife on a mountain after she was very exhausted, and beforehand I told her that I was talking to her about maybe getting married, and she was like, "You're never gonna propose to me." And then I did it, and she was so surprised. And then we got Cheesecake Factory afterwards. Andrew Garcia says that have to go
Did
to
you get cheesecake?
We did get Cheesecake Factory, yeah.
No, but like cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
She
'cause you
loves
don't have to get
lemon cheesecake the most.
Oh, there you go. 2 fun facts.
Have to go to work, but wanted to say love the live streams. Thank you so much. We love doing the live streams, and we talked about it. We want to get other people involved in the streams. That way, Go ahead. I can have like Saturday. There might be a time where like, well, we're gonna be gone that Saturday. So we need to get you guys used to. We want to mix and match everyone. We've been doing that with the reactions. Now we got to do this with the live streams.
I want to do it live with Roxy because
That would be fun.
We are chaotic Boston energy.
Yeah, you guys will never get to the Super
Not a
Chats.
single stream, not one.
Can't wait for Guns DC, and I'm really hyped that we get to go back to Middle Earth. Well, I'm glad you're positive about everything. That's exciting
I
to
like
hear.
you. I like
That's
you.
exciting to hear. I love to hear it. I guess, part of that, too, is I kind of want someone else to put a voice. Granted, I did not love Rings of Power, but it would still seem like they were trying to
Grow the world beyond one thing.
it felt like they were trying to grab Peter Jackson's voice still.
Yeah.
And I
But
that's
shinier.
That's what excited me about Guillermo del Toro doing The Hobbit. I'm not saying del
Yes.
Toro should do this, like,
Some other strong
but
voice.
someone else who can bring a really strong voice. Can you imagine a George Miller one? Holy
I want to give some love
shit.
to Bucky Barnes. Proposed to his wife on a boat in Costa Rica, then ate empanadas. UG.
Oh my
That's
God,
incredible.
you must have had diarrhea.
Worth it.
Diarrhea. Guito Galindo.
Ronan Unchained. Important message.
What? Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying. It's
Yeah,
important.
okay, yeah, 14-hour edit, really worth it. Guito Galindo, Coy, your turn. Fun fact about me or fun fact about you? Go for it.
Fun fact about Greg. Greg was one of the first people and still to this day, actually, I'm gonna give him credit for one of the only people in this town who is as successful as a person as he is at being like on camera. Like usually you pick one. A lot of people I know talk a big game and they're really good on camera, but they are horrible people or they're like not good at their day-to-day lives. And a lot of people I know that are really like kind and warm and fun will never make it in this town because they're way too kind and warm and fun. And Greg's one of the few people that showed me there is balance achievable. And Greg is a big inspiration for me to know that it is possible to be a good person and successful. You
Wow,
balance shit well.
You missed some of the other talking points about me, though, that I
Oh,
have
yeah,
to
shit.
add.
And his middle name is Tiberius.
Yes.
He's a Taurus. He enjoys long walks on the beach.
Born in the same month.
Oh, he's a Virgo then. Oh, yeah, you're right before me. He's a Taurus Virgo rising or whatever astrology means there. And he's a size 9.5 shoe.
I appreciate that, Coy. That's really nice.
But it's rare. So.
That's kind. That's kind.
Love the Superman suit.
Still learning to receive a compliment, guys. Thank you. That's really kind.
I'm
not used to Coy's big compliments.
Fun
Oh my
fact
God.
about Greg. Not good at receiving compliments.
working
That's
on-
the fact.
I'm learning to receive.
I acknowledge good things.
I often do a sarcastic voice. I go, thanks.
Yeah. My smoker's cough coming
suddenly
out.
starts sweating a lot.
That was such a funny like tenseness. Like your forearms
It's
are like,
like,
I've been working my forearms.
sweating.
This is how I receive compliments. I love the Superman suit. For some reason, it gives me Watchmen vibes. Also, how much is he getting paid at the Daily Planet to be able to afford that apartment? As always, haters hate. Love you guys. That's funny.
I have not heard that one.
That is actually a real hot take. The internet's full of hot takes. That is a fantastic hot take.
That's a fantastic one.
I like the idea that Metropolis is cheap because of all the crime, like all the big crime. Like the rent's down because everything's cosmic level. Like there's not like street crime, but everything's like devastating. So it's cheap to live by the water.
Absolutely.
That is fantastic. Watchmen vibes. I hadn't thought of that personally.
I don't feel like Gunn would go for Watchmen. I feel like this whole point is to be not Man of Steel.
Yeah, I think you're avoiding any of those vibes as much as possible.
Yeah.
The image was darker than expected, though. Just
That
aesthetically.
was part of the surprise.
Just aesthetically
Yeah.
darker.
That is a really nice apartment, but it fits within the comic booky world.
You want big windows. You want it to be scopy.
I feel like you're used to associating Metropolis as like adjacent New York. But at the end of the day, it's not New York, so maybe the rent is a little cheaper.
It's like
there.
Jersey/Delaware, which is the weirdest thing. Metropolis is canonically like Delaware area.
Fair.
I don't think of Delaware very often, but maybe it's nice. If you're from Delaware, let us know how it is.
Let us know how it is, pipes.
Delaware in the chat.
Christian Unpronounceable. Okay, fine. I'll do this one. Before I did the interview with Shuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson, I've been actively worked a lot on my communication, and a big part of what we've been doing around here is like willing to ask people for help for parts of where their strengths are. And then I couldn't remember any of my questions, even though I wrote them myself. And then the first person I went to right when I saw Coy was Coy. You know, everyone know like Coy is our go-to interviewer for stuff, obviously because he's the best at it. So I asked him like for some tips on what I can do to memorize these questions. Instantaneously, he had all the answers. And beforehand on the car ride there, I had John pull up the questions, and all I did was say, like, I'm just going to focus on the why behind the questions. Because usually in these, as you've pointed out to me, you're not going to get to most of your questions you have written down, especially in a red carpet. Usually, once you ask a question, the publicist is like, hurry to fucking wrap it up.
Did you stop speaking yet for your first one?
You asked your question, you waited 3 hours, move on. Yeah.
I hope you didn't prep these because we're done now.
Yeah, so with, and Coy's advice was, because one thing I've learned is that it's not about being the best speaker. It's just about being as genuine and authentic as possible. Like, you don't have to be the best with your vocabulary. So I'm always like, that's me, I'm smart. but Coy's advice was a massive angle and what helped me out. And I also think there's an energy with Coy that like. You'll notice there's like whenever you pair people up, you'll get different dynamics, energy, because people feed off each other's energy. And I noticed that I can be really tired, and Coy will always kind of bring an energy out of me that I feel is very much an essential ingredient to the channel.
Even while I was sick, we managed to like land things. You know what I mean? Like shockingly.
I trust out of everyone here always brings their A game. Even like they do their best even when they're sick. And or not feeling great. I always tell them to come in when they're sick. I'm like, you're sick?
Hey,
show up anyway.
Can you just lick your scene partner? Yeah. Can you make sure that whoever you're filming with doesn't feel great?
Can you hide that COVID strip from me?
Reveal it at the end of taping.
Yeah. And we'll just act like we didn't know. But I feel like with Coy, I always he'll show up tired, sleep deprived, and I'm never have a worry that I feel like he's gonna do a great job anyway.
Thank you, man.
Every single time.
It's funny how there are different dynamics with different people, but I feel like the chaos energy between you and I is always the biggest. Like,
sure, yeah.
There's always like a sense of like, how do we make it weirder? And I love that. So like, I think that's one of the unique things about this channel is we do cover things, and I think we give lots of information. But I would argue like entertainment-wise, even if we had nothing to talk about, we'd find a way.
We'd find a way,
which is delightful.
We'll milk it. We'll get that mid-roll. Christian Unpronounceable.
8 minutes.
How fleshy do you rate the Superman suit? Fascinating question.
Do you know what fleshy means?
I want to pretend like I do, but I don't.
Okay. It's a new Rockstars thing. He's betraying you. Christian Unpronounceable.
What the hell?
Big fan of both channels. No, this guy's great. It means like how much substance, how much like oomph, like how good, but with like a little bit of stank on it.
Yeah. Okay, but can we do that with a massive close up here? 1 second, Coy. Let me help you out here. We need to see that stank voice here.
Yeah. Okay. Ready.
So say it again.
How good, how like pungent, a little bit of stank on it. Stank.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
I made a freeze frame.
It's so hot.
Yeah, that stank on it. A little bit of that taint stank.
Anyway, how fleshy do you think it is, Coy? We should also, by the way, we should make the fun facts a little faster.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna be we're just like
more
about us.
Story.
to you. I think it is about an 8 fleshy. I don't love everything about it, but I do like that it's bold and different, and it does obviously mirror a bunch of different classic comic iconographies, so I'm going to go more fleshy than not.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Thank you guys for being here on the chat. Thank you guys so much. We're reading it all. We're reading it all. All right. Here we go. Real 31, 3R1K. How do I read that? Real?
I can't see it.
The real 3R1K. Holy shit. Is that it?
I think so. Because 1K is 1,000, 3R 1,000.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, okay. What did I do for my 23rd birthday?
Ooh, that's a way to fun fact.
I don't recall. What I did
Wow. I'm going to look mine up.
I'm pretty sure. Okay. On my birthday, my favorite thing to do is actually there's this Chuck E. Cheese. Hey, TJ! There's Chuck E. Cheese in North Hollywood that I love to go to. I've had many great dates there with my wife. I don't go alone as a guy. Be like, hey, kids,
hey!
I'm gonna play this. I want the tickets. You know, Chuck E. Cheese is one of my biggest favorite places to go. I've been to many Chuck E. Cheeses, but there's specifically one that I'm like, no. This one has the best arcades. I love these. I get obsessed.
You've got a favorite Chuck E. Cheese.
Like there's arcade. I love to go to arcades, but Chuck E. Cheese brings out the thing in me of like, I want to win the tickets and I want to walk away with the prize. I'm really big on that. Or if I'm feeling generous, I hand them off to a family. But rarely do I do that.
Yeah, it's a selfish
Normally,
thing.
when they're not looking, if they drop their tickets, I snag tickets.
Add them to yours.
Yeah. And then I go, I don't know. I mean, sometimes you lose them.
Oh,
it just happens.
so hard.
I'm sorry.
You got to watch
man.
your kids.
Can I get the
kids got to hold on to their stuff. Parents got to watch their kids' tickets.
Yeah. So Chuck E. Cheese is one of my favorite places. But happy 23rd birthday.
Happy 23rd birthday.
Thank you guys for all the amazing content, hours of content. Oh, we got hours of content.
So much coming. I went to the Natural History Museum. The LA.
That is the next stage of content.
No, I'm about 23rd birthday.
I
went.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to the museum and hung out with dinosaurs because I love dinosaurs. I went and chilled at T-Rexes.
That's a great birthday.
It was a fun day.
Chase Gardner. All right, Coy. Fun fact. We gotta keep him short.
Yep. Hi, Greg. Oh, fun fact, Chase Gardner. Fun fact about me. I had a pet goat named Chewbacca growing up, and I didn't know.
Did you really?
Yeah, dude.
I did not know that.
I didn't know it was weird until like literally 5 years ago.
Pet goat?
A miniature goat that lived in the house wore a diaper named Chewbacca. Wore a diaper, lived at home, slept in bed with me.
No, that's crazy. That is awesome.
I was born in Virginia and like practically lived on a farm. Did not realize it was weird to have a pet goat until recently when I brought it up casually in conversation. Everyone stopped talking and they were like, "What?" His name was Chewbacca. He was awesome. Little goat, brought him to show and tell. He was a G.
That is it's definitely a G. That is really cool to hear.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Stood in his hind legs, lived in the house. He was adorable.
Awesome. I love that fact. That's the best fact.
Hi, Greg and Coy. I saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. 9 out of 10. Excited Andy Serkis return in Middle Earth. Gollum motion capture is phenomenal in Kingdom. Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it. I was supposed to go to the screening, but then I had to do X-Men 97.
Ah, yes.
And I was up till 5. Then I had to go to the Doctor Who premiere. I was like, there's no way I could squeeze this in.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Looks like I'm just going to join Andrew and Tara for the reaction for that.
Now it's a threesome.
Yeah.
That's how you know Coy is white. You're right. He had a goat. So white had a goat. That's how you know I'm goated as a white dude. I saw it. I loved it. I think it was good, but not like great. Personally, it's like third in the 4, like the trilogy plus this one. It's third place, but that's high praise because the Apes franchise is so good.
Rise?
War.
Oh, War is not up there for
War's
you.
4. War's still a B-, but for me, the first one is an A, the second one's an A+. Okay. No, the first one's an A-, second one's an A, and then this one's like a B+, and then B-.
Okay.
So they're all exceptional films, but it's on the lower side of those exceptional films.
Absolutely. Okay, that's good to hear. I'm looking forward to it. So I got a B cinema score.
Yeah, which is insane.
I was surprised by that.
That cinema score is actually a bigger conversation to maybe having a stream one day. I genuinely, for the first time, feel that old man yells at cloud energy about, like, I don't know what people want.
Yeah.
Fall Guy shocked me that it didn't do well because the internet has been clamoring for a Nice Guys too, and this felt like the closest we were going to get to that. And I feel like there's such an echo chamber on film Instagram, film YouTube, film Twitter that I don't know what the people want. And then when Apes got to be, I was like, I really don't know what the people want. It's fascinating to be like, I feel so removed from what the outside film culture is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm curious what starts doing well because right now it doesn't seem like the hits are hitting.
It's surprising. I don't know what the box office is yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Jen, always at our cons, our favorite
Oh,
friend,
Jen's
Jen.
great.
Jen, I love you so much. Oh my God, I gotta reply to you. I'm so sorry. I just realized right now. That is the story of my life lately. Is shit, forgot to reply. Sorry.
I responded to 87 texts yesterday.
God damn, yeah, man. That is.
I literally had backed them up for a week and was like, I'm a monster.
I'll tell you a fun fact about me. Sometimes, giving away a secret here that hopefully, I know you're watching, Jen, but hopefully not everyone is. Sometimes when I'm up at 4 in the morning, I go, now's the time to reply because I'm not going to get caught in a conversation. So let me reply to everyone.
That's genius. I love that. Because who sleeps with their phone on?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
But then you'll get that one.
And then you're like, go,
oh,
no.
damn it.
And then you're committed
Yeah,
because
they tell me, like, I reply to you right away. Yeah.
and they know no one's up.
But Jen is saying, just saying hi. Hope you guys had some food before you hopped on the live stream. I had a protein shake, and I am thirsty, though.
I had a peanut butter apple.
I love that. That's my favorite
dude, such
snack.
a good snack. Crunchy
That's my
or
favorite.
creamy?
That's a koi fact for the next one. We took care of a koi fact.
Yeah,
Thank you,
we
Jen.
did. I enjoy a peanut butter apple. One of my favorite snacks.
That's my favorite snack. In fact, I was upset last time.
That you ran out of peanut butter?
No, I have so much peanut butter. I have ridiculous,
Ran out of apples.
I have ridiculous amounts of peanut butter.
Costco. Just
it was like I was working till like 12:30, and I had a shake at 10, but I'm trying to like not eat like 2 hours before sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, I forgot I have my peanut butter apple.
Like it's like a thing you missed. You go to bed, you're like dreaming about it.
That's my snack.
I love them. So what apple?
I'm actually not particular about.
Oh.
That. Yeah, I'm not. Are you?
Honeycrisp or Granny Smith are my two. Like my
Honeycrisp,
go-tos.
I would go with Honeycrisp.
Honeycrisp is the ideal.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Ryan Swenner, that's your fun fact for us.
Yep.
Let me adjust this, please.
I also feel like it was good. We went thematically for Jen. We got Ryan Swinner. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I much appreciate it. Hey, guys, wanted to drop in quickly because it'll be my 30th. Oh, he'll be at his 30th B-Day celebration.
Cool.
Happy birthday.
Happy
30's
birthday.
a great one. 30's like the one you can still celebrate because the rest of them are like 5 or 10 year demarcations and they just feel darker.
Yeah.
I loved my 35, but I know a lot of people have like a trauma about past 30. Who do you guys think should be the starting members of the MCU's new X-Men? Thank you for all the great content.
Well, Coy did a fantastic video here. I feel like if you guys haven't been watching the resurrection of Coy's Comic Corner, first off, he's got a X-Men ranking one that when you were talking about Wednesday, there's like these things we're setting up for meetings of other things, and I was like, no, I gotta.
Did I gotta plug that? Is that coming out?
We're working late, and I gotta also work on this edit for your hour-long video. So please stop, Coy. Stop.
Yes.
Stop booking.
That's why I'm just.
But we were booking everyone's schedules for this week. And I was like, yeah, I'm not available to shoot. I'm not available to shoot. It's
chaos over here.
But that video.
I'm so proud of that video.
It's a great video. Another one Coy did like Tyre, but he's excellent in it. And
I was so sick.
Yeah, but he did a video about Storm that he talks about why he feels like Storm should get their first solo video. And honestly, like what he would have to say here, he will, like the passion in that video, I think will speak louder volumes. I found myself convinced of that answer.
That's fantastic. Yeah, if you want to see my thoughts on the X-Men, there is a fan casting I did a while ago in the OG Koi's Comic Corner. In the Rebirth, I did a Storm solo video. I personally think it should be some mix of the OG 5 and then Storm, Nightcrawler, and Colossus. I personally think Wolverine should be saved for the second movie, and I think... personally, I'd rather have Wolverine have like a show that ran concurrent and let him go through the decades and then team up later. But I would do some mix of the 5 and then those 3 I think are really important.
Cool. Ask everyone what their age is in the chat.
Yeah, I'm 46. Dude, I wish I looked like this at 46. Like, I'd be so happy if I was actually 46.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. So everyone in their 20 to 40s. This is good. When brands ask me what the age demographic is, I will go like, let me go to this timestamp here.
Also, like, I feel way better about the adult content my brain leans toward, knowing the audience isn't, like, you know. That also does make me concerned about the amount of trolling we get with adults, though.
Yeah, that's true. That is interesting.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
they're the ones angry in the streets.
That's true. That's true.
There we go.
I'm 37 and I've done nothing but yell at people online.
50, 40. We've got a lot of people like at a lot of different age ranges
28.
Here. That's really cool to hear.
This 41. This
41.
is such a beautiful range of like 21.
Wow,
22.
That's surprising.
We should like.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Like, get the,
I always assume everyone is 25. That is the fun fact for you guys.
17.
I genuinely normally assume everyone is 25 years old, like around that age.
Do you have an age you think of your parents as being?
Well, one's dead.
I'm sorry.
So I go dead is the age.
Dead's one age.
Way to bring the mood
Guys, do you think of your parents as alive?
50 is usually the age. Yeah, I think of 50. I've always thought they were 50 years old.
I've always thought of my parents as 27 because they were so young when they had me, and I was like 11 when they were 27. So I think of parents as 27. So I feel really weird because I passed a parent age.
It's kind of cool because I've seen some of you guys' names so many times in this stream, so it's cool to see all these different ages. Yeah.
This is awesome.
I will treat all you now based off of your age.
Yeah, and we'll judge you accordingly.
Yeah.
Is your question good enough?
I enjoy yelling people in my life. 54, it's funny. Mainak Aranavari, who is 34 or 31. I just saw it. I already forgot. I'm sorry. Hey, Coy and Greg. I feel like they will show Galactus as the first Devourer and then the Lifebringer form. He might also connect to the multiverse. So we have established the Devourer. Lifebringer, what is that?
Lifebringer is like his evolution into a good a force of nature. Usually, I think of this as the ultimate run. We talked about Ultimates a few weeks back and how that's like, a more cosmic Avengers as they get to like Ultimates 3. I think Galactus should be evil for a while because there are so many good entities in the Fantastic Four. Like, there's already so many dynamics you can do just having a first family, especially if they're going to do Franklin Richards. So as much as I appreciate this idea, I personally think he's going to stay villainous for a while because it's such a dense story to do like a villain turned hero and give it enough time that it feels justified. I think he should stay bad and the Fantastic Four should be a clean good for something that's a devourer of worlds, at least for now.
Eric Horseman, you did not put down your age, you son of a bitch.
Hiding.
I'm paying attention.
He's hiding.
Vibrox 28. That's good to hear. All right. Okay. Andy Dennison. Ooh, the fun fact game. I gave a fun fact just now.
Fun fact. I like sugar cereal dry, and I like healthy cereal with milk. And it weirds me out to switch those ever.
Okay, that's good. That works.
Like Cap'n Crunch, I want to eat like raw dog it, But I don't want milk in that. But like if I'm having like Wheaties or Bran Flakes or Grape Nuts, it's gross without.
Depending on the cereal.
Got it. But like it's very clean. Line.
Oh, that'll set me up for my next fun fact. Remind me.
He's ready.
Say cereal, and then I'll tell you.
If you forget, I got you.
I'll remember, yeah. Andy Dennison is saying, love Tara, but Ring My Bell by Anita Ward. What? But Ring My Bell by Anita Ward?
Okay, is it a song? Look it up. It's a song that she's miming. I think that's a song.
Yeah, that's what she's making fun of.
Yeah. Oh, he's worried about copyright.
That's what he means. Yeah, okay, he's saying, look it up, or Ring My Bell by Anita Ward. Okay, okay, I got it.
He's looking out.
I got you. All right, it took me a second. I'm so used to just thinking that's what Tara invented. Yeah. Look it up. That are supposed to consider YouTube and copyright. Maybe you guys didn't know. That would actually be hilarious.
If we get copyright.
If by the time... Oh, he did say 52. Sorry, Eric. If by the time we just get an influx of 100+ videos of copyrights just because she kept doing that.
Yeah, like Anita Bell goes like, nope. And it's just all of the Tara videos are suddenly taken down.
This bitch has been singing my video.
That one phrase is what I got. Also, addendum, Cocoa Puffs and Cocoa Krispies I do like with milk because chocolate milk is awesome.
Do you guys prefer your cereal wet or dry?
Yeah.
Hold on. I know we got more in here. Let me refresh. Gonna do some refreshers here. Everyone ignore the chaos on screen for a second. Everyone just ignore or pay very, very close attention. Actually, no, we constantly, we forget about these. We must do them. We must do them. We must do them. We'll start with the streams. We will hop between streams. Yeah, so boom, shakalaka, and then boom, other laka, and that works. Yeah, that's great.
Boom, other laka.
Boom, other laka. Okay, so picking up where we left off. Where are we at?
We didn't get to Gamer MJ's first one there.
Gamer MJ, he's got two. He's got two here.
Can't see it, though.
I'm looking over here.
Yeah.
My bad.
I got you.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to fuck this up. Hold on a sec, guys. Bear with me, please. Okay. Gamer MJ. Fun fact. My fun fact. For years now, as I admitted in my Mad Max Fury Road reaction, I used to be a massive pothead. And I can go a very long time now without ever, like, I don't crave it really, and I can go exceptionally long time without ever toking. There's something that I have been trying to put together for ages, and no one will meet me.
Oh, what is that?
I've wanted to have a weed cereal party because whenever I have ingested the leafy greens, I love cereal. And it's a big part of my weight. When you guys saw when I was like huge at the beginning stages of the channels because I was mass potted, and I've wanted to do that, just have a cereal party, and I get so excited. I'm like, guys, we should get high and do a massive cereal party. No one meets me on this. No one meets. Well, Anya.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, do you want to do that? I'll be sober or drunk, and we can watch Unfrosted. Cereal.
The Pop-Tart.
We could have an unfrosted reaction.
Yeah.
Eating cereal. Monetize that munchie.
Yeah. That is my that is one of my dream parties.
I love that idea. I've been
Just
wanting
like
to have a Saturday morning.
variety of cereals. And
We should have a Saturday morning cartoon party with cereals.
oh my god, that'd be such a blast.
Like wear pajamas, build forts.
But the problem is when I
Let's build forts.
The problem is when I get that full,
You can't motivate.
I don't want to work with anyone. I don't want to be around anyone. I just want to I want everyone to leave me
It's
alone.
not the high, it's the full.
When I get so full, I'm like I don't want to.
Dude, if you're in a onesie, nobody's gonna see if we're bloated. That's why you wear a onesie.
But I feel it, and I just want to lean, and I just want to watch television, and I want everyone to leave me alone.
When we wrap the season of X-Men, we should rewatch it, eat cereal.
That would be honestly.
That would be the coolest day ever, dude.
Phenomenal
Like,
time.
we haven't gotten to watch it for fun. Let's watch
I
it
feel
on a
like
Saturday.
it's so fun when we watch it.
Yep, I'm saying like just objectively. Like I haven't rewatched it yet. We should
I don't
rewatch
like that
it.
phrasing. You make it sound like it's not fun.
It is fun.
We're gonna watch it for fun.
I'm saying
I feel like it's fun.
it's rewatch.
I know what you're saying, but think about how it sounds.
That's true. Sorry if
Mr.
the optics
Great
reject nation.
communicator over
You know
here.
what? I'm trying to separate my
Jesus.
work-life balance. I got my next fun fact. You want to read that? Or me?
I have a hard time balancing my work-life balance. The gamer MJ. Congrats, Koi, on 25K. Loving the comics videos. Yeah, he's doing an excellent job there. You guys
Haven't
go
missed
check
a
it
week
out.
even with COVID.
I'm working on. I feel like. I mean, I'm talking with Tara about what she can do for her solo channel. Talk with Andrew. I really love. I love being able to see what others can do. Koi gave you a laptop. You should just deal with that old ass laptop.
Yeah, 2016
Super old,
MacBook Pro
slow laptop.
doing the work.
It's a very outdated.
It's from 8 years ago, but it's got a
takes
Daredevil header.
10 years to export something. First part. Congrats on 25K. Love the comics videos. Greg, I love the Doctor Who interview.
Yes,
and the
it's
fact
great.
And the fact that Shooty acknowledged the channel will be watching the reactions after the stream. Wanted to see the episodes on TV first. Yes, that was a very sincere feeling that I definitely wanted to make sure that we. I talked about our Patreon. I'll make it really quick. I did a very long video, and I'm getting very emotional. It was the first time I ever had an experience where I was so grateful for something here where unexpectedly I started to cry just expressing my gratitude. And I wasn't like, no, we'll miss out on views if we go home, because I'm aware they don't do great on views here. But it was like, no, we will be doing a disservice to the people that brought us to this carpet if we go to that screening. That was like the only mentality that John and I had. And it was like, oh, I didn't even think about views until afterwards. I didn't think about views until after the video was up. It's like, oh, I didn't even concern myself with that. That's kind of interesting. And yeah, I just wanted to pat myself on the back for my humbleness. And the Gamer MJ also says, I
Look how
respect
humble
he left the premiere to the film reaction channels for us. I hope that Coogler X-Men rumor is true. I love it. Having seen a clip of the Acolyte at May 4th viewing of SO1 film, I can say action is incredible. I feel like the surrounding, it's so easy for Star Wars. There's this part, I had a conversation with Koi, as we're fixing in a lot of other fun facts here. I had a conversation with Koi about how we've been working towards, the thing we're working the hardest at right now is being a light in the middle of film talk darkness.
Yeah.
Is that we see so many channels that seem that a big part of it is the easy conversation. Take Doctor Who, for example. That used to just be a beloved thing, and now it seems like to get the real clicks on it, you gotta
Be mad at it.
I understand if it's not for you. Don't believe. It's not saying that criticism is not valid. Absolutely. If you're not liking something, I'm not saying it's not valid. I'm saying that there's also you guys. I'm going to assume you can also tell there is a difference in when people will isolate something and then take something not in its full context in order to drive home a negative slant narrative.
Yes.
And that is the part that we actively work against when sometimes we look at other channels like, oh, it would be so easy to do this. We get so many views. No, don't do it, and wanting to maintain, even when we don't like something, but wanting to maintain a fairness about it. Like how we talked about the Gollum thing. Like I have negativity, but there's also
and
this
I have
other
an objectivity that's like leaning it the other way, but only because of a certain thing, so it's objective.
But there's also ways that I was like, here's how I could see it working, though. You know? And so we're trying to just be that right now. And I feel like Acolyte is a massive thing that is just so easy to shit on.
I'm
when
actually
no
gonna
one's even seen it yet.
I'm actually going to cover it on my channel. It's the first time I'm ever doing any Star Wars things. Like I've decided to not let the Star Wars fandom's violence scare me away. And I'm like, I want to be a voice of like, I'm neutral / a little removed. I don't know the lore. I don't keep up. I haven't rewatched the prequels because I've tried twice and I don't like them. I'm not in the space. So I want to finally watch something that I don't feel like I know everything about. Like when I watch a comic movie, I'm so busy being like, oh, I got to remember that to talk about it. Sure. I'm excited for Star Wars, but it's the first time I'm going to be covering something in geekdom that I'm like afraid of, but I want to be a voice of positivity. And you mentioned my comic videos. There are so many comic videos and comic-based YouTubers that are just angry at DC, angry at Marvel, angry at, and like I want to celebrate. There's like 100 comics come out a week. Why not celebrate your favorites as opposed to crap on the rest? Yeah. So I love that like we are trying to be forces of positivity because at the end of the day, the world is on fire. And if you're upset about art, you're not getting what art is for. And yes, criticism is important, but this is the celebration of what humans come together to create passion about. It's to share emotion. And if that's your biggest problem, you're not looking out the window. So we want to be a voice of positivity when the world's on fire and when it's not. But for now it is. We need to be a little extra. So be kind to people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and I feel like in the reaction field, that's kind of a big part of the community is finding that. I think that's why reactions of the field, I feel like being in this category is good because a big part of the reaction field generally tends to be that way.
Yeah.
Is looking for the positivity.
I'm excited about it. I'm really excited for this year on YouTube stuff.
Here we go, Mr. Wine Ibar. Okay, we laid down a lot of fun facts there, Mr. Wine Ibar. Let's lay down a quick
pause
fun
on
fact.
for a second.
A quick fun fact here. I actually use Manscaped products. Hey, Greg and Coy.
I do too.
Love the live streams. As a matter of fact, I could just lean on that for many fun facts of like, what brand deals do I actually really use? I would love
but then the ones you don't mention are pulling out
like, oh
quick.
shit, dude. Love the live streams. I really enjoy BKV's
Brian K. Vaughan.
Who?
Brian K. Vaughan. Saga, Why the Last Man.
Okay.
Ex Machina.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Brian K. Vaughan.
Comics with Saga being my all-time favorite. What are your thoughts on Eric Kripke trying to acquire the TV rights? Do you think it could be adapted to the small screen? Well, let me just first say,
please.
I love Eric Kripke. He's the man behind The Boys. I'm a really big Supernatural fan. In fact, my God, if that would be like what I had for Doctor Who, Supernatural would probably be even bigger. That would be just insanity to me to meet those two at like a Supernatural thing. So and Eric Kripke was the creator behind that and helmed the first 5. It was the showrunner for the first 5 seasons.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say. I have faith. Anything he's gonna get involved in, I have an instant interest in. Oh, what's he doing? I want to watch it.
I think Saga is near unfilmable, but some of the unfilmable things have now been put to screen. So I would love someone that I trust. I trust Eric Kripke. I'm not a Supernatural guy, not because of negative. I just haven't experienced it. But The Boys I thought was near unfilmable, and the subject matter has actually been improved by its adaptation. I like The Boys comic. I read it when it came out every week. But I find The Boys TV show to be more interesting in its allegory. So I think if he's going to adapt something like Saga, which I already adore, I think he could make it so special and so big. So if anyone's going to, I think Kripke would be great.
Yeah. And thank you guys so much for everyone who's been pitching in here to the Super Chats and Stream Labs. It really means a lot. We never take that for granted. So
it's
thank you
so
guys.
important.
Thank you guys. And follow-up question. Another brand
Dinosaur
that I use
talk.
all the time. I use the hydration products that we've been shouting out. I use Liquid. I do alternate between Liquid IV and G Fuel. The hydrate. I took. Matter of fact, I've been very sleep deprived these past few days. I'm telling Coy that earlier, and Coy's drinking a G Fuel right now. And I take the I love their hydration formula for both of them, and G Fuel has a really great one too. And I feel because I worked out this morning, but I really needed it. I'm trying to do more things that like put blood flow to the brain.
Yeah. I'll take the next fun fact. But for this one, dinosaur, it's basic AF. But all the whole family of raptors I find fascinating because birds have evolved from dinosaurs, and the way that birds move in nature fascinates me because there's so many birds that travel like fish do, like in schools, and the way they travel either singularly like T-Rexes or, in a small pack like a T-Rex, or the way they can kind of move as a unit is how I picture raptors. So the idea of
Ankylosaurus right here.
that's a dope dinosaur. The Ankylosaurus had that awesome tail that could like thump. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I love dinosaurs. But the raptors'
That's a fun
movements
fact.
always fascinated me, and I really, yeah, dude, dinosaurs are used. Before I got into movies, like to scale dinosaurs, I thought about being a paleontologist and a president. But I think the raptor's intelligence fascinates me because of the idea of something that deadly being that smart. Awesome.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, I'm a basic T-Rex bitch. There you go.
Fair enough. I thought I was basic. We're both basic.
I'm
We're both
a basic T-Rex bitch.
Big dinosaur known from Jurassic Park energy.
Yep, that's it. I'm a basic T-Rex bitch. I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
That's that. That's that. And let me adjust this. I might have to step out to grab my water.
All right.
I am thirsty.
Want to take the next one?
No.
All right. I'll just sit
No.
here in silence.
Just sit here.
I'll just stare longingly into
Enjoy
the eyes
the
of the
time.
audience,
Where are we
pretending
at?
I can see each of
Okay,
them.
guys. So, and I'd say, let me just see. Oh, you know what? I found a faster way to do this. Really quick, guys.
Okay.
You're going to see a slight change here. We can just count like this really fast to see where we left off. I want to
Can't
just
read
see
the chat,
where
it's
we're
gone.
at. Okay. So where are we behind on? We did not do. Hold on, everyone.
We did that one. We did the
Okay.
Devourer into.
One. Oh shit! Nope. This is not. This is worse than before.
Oh, it's gotten worse.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 there. Okay. I'd say in about in approximately 15 minutes we are going to hold on. I wrote down the right verbiage here so that way I don't
Right, you
sound
got
like a
notes.
dick. Hold on a second. We are going to disable the super chats in 15 minutes because we want to make sure we end the stream, but we want to make sure we acknowledge all the ones that already came through. Just thought of that on the top of my
Yeah,
head.
you could tell.
Yeah.
I love how smooth us talking is, but us reading is like, what's words? How do I English?
Okay, so let me refresh this, and then we'll get into the goods here. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get my water. I'm really thirsty, but I don't like leaving the stream.
No, it's tricky. I get it.
You hear my stomach growling?
Tom Brady roast was a blast. I really enjoyed it. I'm a Bostonian, so I've got some bias, but overall, I thought it was more good than bad, and that is not always true with a roast.
Samil Battenfeld. Let's see here. Fun fact. That is not just a product thing. What is a fun?
I got one. I was gonna do one.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Oh, yeah.
I've lived in LA 14 years. It'll be 15 years in November, and starting this YouTube at scale is the first time I've actually felt like I've got a work-life balance because instead of going on social media, which doesn't actually do much, I'm focusing my attention on YouTube, and I can see the growth. And for the first time, like, Hall H felt like an actual finish line because I'd wanted to host Hall H since I was a child. But once I passed that finish line, I immediately moved the finish line like I always do. I'm not capable of contentment as a human. But with this YouTube thing, I actually feel like I'm making progress because I can see the numbers, I can see it growing, and I feel like I'm doing something for me for the first time because social media is so ethereal. So I think my work-life balance has shifted from like 90-10 to 60-40, and I've never had that. So I'm actually finding contentment in my life for the first time since I was a child.
That's beautiful to hear. Let's see here. Samil Battenfeld. Love y'all. Watch Hit Monkey, please. Boston represent.
I love Hitmonkey. You thought it was.
Every time I want to do, I was literally.
You
about to
almost
say-
did it again. You're like, I can't wait.
Like, I'm gonna react to it. Don't worry. Then I was like, wait a minute.
Not the thing. Hulu show about a John Wick monkey.
What the hell is Dev Patel's movie?
Monkey Man.
Monkey Man. God damn it.
Is a
it's so
violent
easy to remember.
monkey-based thing.
Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna react to.
Hitmonkey, I enjoyed. I did not finish. There's so many shows, but I did enjoy the first like 5 episodes. And Boston is so hard not to move back to. I love Boston. I miss Boston. But
Do a Boston. Look at you, Jane, getting into super chats before we disable.
Clever,
Smart,
Jane.
Smart, because you know we got to answer them all.
I actually lost my Boston accent on purpose, and when I do it now, I sound like someone. You know how Ben Affleck's accent sounds fake? I sound like someone trying to do a Ben Affleck Boston accent, which is way worse.
Oh, yeah, you had that Mel Gibson effect.
Yeah, because
lost it.
you know he's from New York, but lived in Australia so long, and
Sweet.
now he came back because he was born in New York.
He was
Mel
born
Gibson
in New York,
could
but
run
he
for
was
president.
raised in Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he went the other way, but now you can't mirror that.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Ready.
Charles Joshua. All right, fun fact about me. Corey, just ask me a random question.
What is your first memory that's positive?
First memory that's positive. I came back from the airport after being shipped off to the Philippines for reasons I won't go into.
So positive so far. This so far is a
But I
fucking
was-
This Is Us episode, Greg. Jesus Christ.
I think my first real memory is me being in the airport and my brother talking to me, Cinepal's Jabby Kawai talking to me about Street Fighter 2, the game, and telling me about Zangief and saying how it reminds me of Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's my first
Oh, that's
real
kind of a beautiful
memory.
memory.
Yeah.
All right. I like
Yeah.
that. Koi for dunking.
Why
From
did Eric,
cosign.
Eric thought you were from Montreal.
Do I seem Canadian? I'm not nearly that nice. I'm such a prick.
Charles Joshua saying, shout out Koi from... You
Idrisel, friend?
eat yourself?
That's the tree of life.
eat yourself? Yes. I was like, what country is that?
Oh, we talked about, yes, your tree of life. I'm obsessed with the tree of life. And we did talk about Charles. Thank you. I remember that. I had to see your logo. Actually, that'll be my fun fact. And Greg is a sexy mofo. We're going to watch the top of this stream. My fun fact is going to be I want to be buried under a tree. I want to, like...
I can arrange that.
Thank you. Please, it's in my will. I
Next
love
week.
when he kills me, take care of my will. The yew tree is this tree I'm obsessed with. The yew tree is a tree in a lot of Celtic myths and Norse myths, and it's actually a fascinating bit of biology. The limbs, when they die, fold back into not always, but fold back into the root of the tree, and it forms this like spiral. So it's in effect immortal. There's a lot of trees that can't even age because it forms itself. So the roots and the tree actually grow kind of perpetually. And the tree itself, the bark is mildly poisonous. So the Celtic warriors used to tip their like spears in this bark, but also they've found, and it's not sustainable because the volume of it, but you can slow cancer cells. So it's both a giver of life and a taker of life. And I want to be buried basically into one of these trees to perpetually live and also be a source of like carbon and also something people can sit under and like read and stuff. So when I die, I want to be a yew tree.
I want to have an autopsy no matter what.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause
trust. I don't trust who's coming at me.
Olivia, I know. Shout out Greg, you sexy mofo. Yeah. Yeah.
Vascularity's getting good. Hydration's tricky. That be vascular, but
Really
also
thirsty.
hydrated. And that's probably why.
Really thirsty.
Yeah, he's feeling it.
I will one day leave this to go get water.
One day.
I feel like once I leave, everyone leaves.
Yeah. Comes back, empty room.
Look at Lindsay getting them in. Look at you smart guys. You got 8 minutes to get them in here.
They're getting them. They're doing it, Greg.
GC. All right. Quick fun fact. I left school early to go watch Spider-Man at a noon showing. My brother pulled me out of school and to take me to a first screening of Spider-Man. The
Aw.
Tobey Maguire one. Just got a lot of fun facts about my brother today. Take me to see Spider-Man, and that was a magical experience. And they did not know that I was leaving to go watch a film. So yeah, and that was the days before. It was like get advanced seats and book
you
your
have
reserved
to
seating.
line up and
Yeah, it was a whole ordeal. And additionally, to follow that up, he decided to pull me out so I could just wait by myself for 10 hours in line for The Matrix Reloaded.
yeah,
And
respect.
Then, yeah, and then he shows up 20 minutes beforehand with 10 people, too, which was a great first-person online experience.
Gotta love that.
I did not leave that
People
line
behind
at all.
you don't love you at all.
GC, thoughts on X-Men 97 finale? Will it connect to Deadpool and Wolverine? Coy, I'm going to get my water. You handle this. You take it away.
Okay, X-Men 97, I think, is going to be, basically, it could set up Onslaught, but they've led us astray so many times that I wouldn't guarantee it. It does appear that way, but that could be a bait and switch. I do like the helmet on Charles. I do like the fact that Magneto might need a body, et cetera, but I don't think it's going to connect to Deadpool and Wolverine. However, I do think Deadpool and Wolverine might connect to the animated series in a way, in that they might go through multiversal stuff and that he goes through a cartoon universe, and it might acknowledge the cartoon interpretation of the X-Men. However, I don't think it'd be smart if the show tries to connect forward. It'd be smarter and better for continuity, because you remember Deadpool's gotten moved like 4 times. The show, we didn't know when it was going to come out. Like Marvel probably did, but with everything changing with Deadpool, it wouldn't have made sense for them to set up something that might cause harm to the schedule. That said, I do think it's going to end on a cliffhanger because season 2 is already a go-go. So I think there is a potential for that Onslaught goodness. And a lot of people are excited about the tree burial. That's why I was so emotional with that Loki finale, man. That was like seeing what I think the end is going to be for me.
Yeah. just sitting in boredom.
Yeah. I mean, is that
Holding-
not death?
Holding vines.
Is that, I mean, you're just existing ethereally.
All right, here we go. TJ Perry. Fun fact, I went to St. Charles Catholic school, and I had some really sweet deals cut so that way my family could have let me go into that school. And that is how I know TJ Perry, because he was 1 grade under me.
Ah.
That is how I know John, because our class, it was a small school. It was like a class of 30 kids.
Did not know you guys went to school. I'm learning something.
I've known John since 1st grade, and it started at St. Charles.
That's crazy.
TJ
Wow.
says, this is going to be a weekly thing. Hell yeah. TJ, I'm not doing that because you're black. I'm just reading. I'm sorry. I just realized that. I just
TJ's
realized
black.
that.
Way to be, Greg.
I'm so sorry.
Way to be.
Sorry. He says, hey, Greg, you look awesome, man.
I have specific conflicts here.
Huge inspiration. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's my new addiction. I stopped a lot of other vices, and now it's like now I need 2 hours at the gym just to really interrupt my day.
This is the second most out of shape I've been. That's my fun fact. But I'm more.
You never come across it. I feel like it weighs on my soul.
Oh, I'm internally conflicted every time I walk by a mirror that I have to stare at because of who I am.
Yeah.
I can't not look at me, but I also don't like looking at me right now. So I'm really excited to get back in the gym. My fun fact is
Wait, your fun fact for Geek Factor is what you're doing.
Yeah.
We must put the fun fact towards.
A fun fact for Geek Factor. Remember Greek Factor. Fun fact for Geek Factor. I have never understood how people don't think that nerds are in shape, because when I read a comic, I'm like, well, there's my Fitspo. So I've always wanted to do a nerd-based fitness thing, because I think that nerds are inherently connecting to these characters because they're underdogs. I think that when we connect to these characters, it's because we feel othered. And I've always found that the best thing for my mental health is being in shape. And I think right now my mental health being in a decent place, not in shape, gives me a lot of hope to rebuild a foundation of mental health that isn't just based on my looks and fitness, because since I feel good, that'll only make me feel better, but it's not going to be like, oh, I'm not in shape, I'm not worth it. So I'm excited to come from a positive place foundation, and I think fitness is important for people, and I think a lot of people would be happier if they found a workout they liked. It's not about the workout, it's about consistency, and if you find one you like, do it.
Yeah, but it's also about being sexy.
Fucking sexy.
Geek Factor saying, hey, cheers from Poland. Superman suit. I'm going to wait with the judgment, but the pose circumstance seemed far less epic than Ralph Cavill. And please tell me they're not doing Beam from Sky again.
Okay, let me break this down. Yes, I don't think it's less epic. I do think he's just sitting. He's putting on boots. I'm going to wait for judgment till they move as well, and I don't think they're going to go Sky Beam. I think we have long left the gray minions and the Sky Beams behind very smartly. I think it's a battle that's happening outside, or it might not even be in the movie, guys. That is just a still of a moment that is used to promote, so I wouldn't even count on the purple and green necessarily being any sort of... It might be a tease. Probably is, but it might not be.
Very true. Damn. All right. Koi is fine, and your girlfriend is lucky.
Oh, thanks,
Goddamn
Dragon's
right.
Den. I'm the year of the dragon.
Michelle. Oh, great question. Great question, Michelle. I love this one.
Ooh.
Oh God. Oh man, I feel like I know the answer, but I'm like, why am I blanking? But I feel like you probably know already.
I've got two.
Koi, who?
My dream person interview.
Fun fact though, first.
Oh, ask me a question.
Who were you most nervous to ever meet? Without going into a long story.
I think I was most nervous for Jake Gyllenhaal because I'd been a fan for so long, and I did not realize that he picked me to do the interview. Like, I didn't realize that it was his choice. So as soon as he said that, it put me at ease, but I was very nervous about it.
Oh, nice.
My two left that I haven't interviewed yet that I want to is three, real quick. Ryan Reynolds and I talked about Deadpool in the set of our IPD, but since he's been Deadpool, I have not seen the man. So it's really ironic. He kind of inspired my career, and since doing my career, I haven't seen him. The other interview would be Donald Glover, because Donald Glover and I have talked a number of times about Spider-Man. He and I even talked after Across the Spider-Verse at a random screening we both happened to be at about Miles, and he congratulated me on where my career was because he and I did a movie together back when I was an actor, and we talked about Spider-Man on set and taught the extras the Humpty Hump, and we never got to talk about Spider-Man on camera together. So we talked about hip-hop and Spider-Man, and that's like a big part of who I am, and I've never gotten to share that with people. So that would be the number two. And then the big one, because of hip-hop, is I think that there are people that are exceptional at things, and I think there are once-in-generation talents, and I think Donald Glover is a once-in-a-generation multi-talent, but I think Eminem is better at rap than anyone else is at anything. Like, there's Olympians, and there's, I think Usain Bolt is a once-in-a-generation runner. I think Eminem is a once-in-a-generation lyricist. The way his brain works, I think, is fascinating. So I would love to discuss form and language and word and what it means to process data that is language. Because language is all about conveying emotion and knowledge. And so to talk with someone that conveys emotion and knowledge in a way that supersedes all others would be amazing. So Eminem is my dream interview.
Yeah, when I would talk to people, the biggest thing I love to, especially people who are successful, I want to hear about their failures and what they learned and what they're like. If I have the time to really like ask these kind of questions, like when I talk to actors, I love hearing about their process and such. That's my favorite thing to do. I would love for actor. I'd love to talk to Ryan Gosling. That's my undoubtable favorite one. Honestly, I know this was be a bit of a controversial one because, and not there's a time where it wouldn't be. I would love to talk to Will Smith. I feel like I'd have a lot of questions for him.
He's so inspirational.
Yeah, and I feel like that moment in time is really fascinating to me. But there's so much preceding that, and perhaps even after that, where I feel like you can really learn a lot. The bottom line has had a lot of success in that field. In music, yes, Eminem for sure. Since we already talked about that. I actually would love to talk. I mean, this kind of seems like a really easy answer, but I first was drawn to this artist because of watching things about her, not really their music first, and that was Taylor Swift. Like I love her Miss Americana documentary on Netflix. It feels very raw and telling about someone's learning how to take negativity and turn it into positive experiences. And there's so much I love about Taylor Swift as a individual, as a person. So those would kind of be like my top.
I like the Rushmore. Like, I like that. That's a solid. And my fourth.
A white guy, a black guy, and a girl. Yeah, that was the goal.
All the goals. I completed the checks.
I've done it all.
Quota filled. I want to do a Rushmore, so I want to say one more. Method Man. I think Method Man was hugely influential for the modern sound of hip hop, and I think him being a comic fan is so funny because a lot of people don't realize like so much of comic books influenced hip hop, and so much of hip hop influenced comic books. And I think Method Man and RZA are uniquely positioned to talk about what hip hop was when you were mixing it yourself. And like I feel like lyricism is so lost because people are just SoundCloud rappers that like beats. I think this beef with Drake and Kendrick really showed the two sides of hip hop. But if you add comic conversation to that, and I like personally, I love all of Wu-Tang, but Method Man's my favorite. So Method Man and B.
All right, guys. Well, I just want to say we're going to disable the chats right now because we need to end the stream.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure we acknowledge the ones that already came through. It's always about color with people.
Yeah.
Please, never forget.
Tay Bay rules. Wu-Tang itself inspired everyone. Absolutely. That's why I think it'd be fascinating to hear from their side what the experience was. That show on Hulu is absolutely incredible. If you haven't seen Wu-Tang: An American Saga, get after it. I've been saving the third season for a rainy day. I would like you guys to interview Joe Pesci and Christopher Walken. That would be fascinating. I'd also be curious. I saw someone saying Downey Jr. I would love to sit down with Downey Jr. But fun fact, my favorite Robert Downey Jr. movie is not in the MCU. I would want to talk to him about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
That'd be fun. All right, here we go. Cam. Nope. I'm way off here.
Geek.
I'm way off
Factor.
Here. Holy shit. Okay, here we go.
Oh, Charles
Joshua. I know you guys have said you want to go into blind to HOTD Season 2 trailers, but can I ask you to do reactions as a trio, a.k.a. Greg, John, Coy? Maybe.
I know three-person reactions are hard to edit, so I didn't do the first season.
Like we gotta balance the schedule here,
right? Yeah, it is a matter of like, am I here every day? Is John here every day?
Yeah, we got balance the schedule. That's a great question, and yeah, we are doing less. We've thought of something that we could do to catch up with trailer reactions. That might be a fun weekly thing to do. But I'll give you guys an idea of like what was really telling to me about it. We got a review for I saw Furiosa. It's amazing. Okay.
That Paul's scary.
I'll tell you guys right now, it's amazing. And then when working on the edit, I finally saw the other trailers because I needed trailer footage. And I was like, thank God I did not watch these trailers.
Oh, interesting.
Holy shit, this would have been so much easier to piece together what's going to happen. And my point with that is like that's a big part of why we've dialed back the trailers. Is it does hinder the experience. Like,
I've enjoyed that because I don't watch trailers otherwise.
because like I love doing movie reactions. If you guys want to, I did this whole video at our Patreon talking about why I love doing reactions. Very personal talk of many personal life reasons. But if I'm going to talk about the content itself of specifically movie and TV show reactions, you plain and simple just can't. I can easily do sometimes I'm watching a movie like, oh, I wish there was a camera pointed at me for this. Reason being is because you can put into a review, you could articulate the experience that you had. But if movies are show, don't tell, that is what a reaction is. It is showing, like, take any big time we've had an experience with anything. Like you walk into Roadhouse or Dread or a cameo appears that you don't expect.
Dude, the movie we just did with me that I blew my mind.
You can easily tell someone like, oh, this thing happened and here was my response, but nothing's more powerful than when you could actually see in real time the journey that someone's going on with something. Even if they're going from not liking something to loving something, when something flips, like you talking about it is one thing, but being able to show people, and that's why I love it. And I have noticed that, like, oh, well, it's covering like every single trailer kind of takes away some of that experience. So yeah, and so
I've been leaving the movie theater when trailers come on. I used to like love seeing them all, but now I go get snacks while I come, I sit, and then I don't want to watch them
because it makes it so much easier to piece together stuff. Like I still haven't seen the Crow trailer.
Oh, that's great! What a gift!
And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just skip it.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of like watch the first trailer and that's it, or like I mean we'll be covering Deadpool, but like there are exceptions. But overall, I've been really enjoying just watching movies.
Well, I think Deadpool there's some trailers where they're going to be very intentional about not spoiling.
Yes, that one of them, I believe.
Rare Fraction Cell. Quick fun fact: I do use Harry's razors. I actually buy their gel and their blades. I love them. Admittedly, did not clean up today, but I love them. But that's how I keep my beard in the formation. So people are like, why are you shining this out when you have a beard? I'm like, well, you gotta
keep.
I grow hair everywhere. Guys, like it grows up to like here.
No shit, you got one of those. Oh yeah, I can see the stubble.
I'm a very hairy guy.
Oh shit.
Rare Fraction. Fun fact: super hairy. You can pick up on that.
You have plugged many hair products.
Hair Fraction Cell. Love y'all. What do you think about the Vin Diesel post about Planet X and the future of Guardians of the Galaxy and MCU involvement, other upcoming film thoughts? My thoughts about Vin Diesel are, I know for a fact he wanted to be just a genuine actor. And then I feel like he had the Bruce Willis path where that was not panning out. So he's like, fuck it. I'm going to do another Triple X. I'm going to do more Fast and Furious films. I'm going to resurrect the Riddick franchise because the other stream of wanting to just be a genuine actor was not panning out for him.
The Batista thing where he's like, he actually found his
and
one.
I think Batista's really sticking to his guns
Which I love.
Yeah.
First of all, today is apparently the 30th anniversary of The Crow. Kay and Iger pointed out. I love The Crow very much, so thank you for that. 30th anniversary. Happy birthday to The Crow, and rest in peace to the great Brandon Lee. Vin Diesel, I kind of mirror what Greg's saying. I do think that he is stuck in a way, and I'm just want him to, do what he can. I also don't know I don't know what else people go to the movies for him. Like there are certain actors that are trapped in a way, so I think that's where he's at.
Yeah. There you go, guys. I'm going to be doing a talk on our Patreon perhaps about the Ryan Wright days.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about that time. Yeah, it's going to be a serious one.
Yeah, sit down.
I'm doing a lot of these like long form discussions over there. Life of Nye.
Oh, ask me a question. I'll give you a fun.
Oh yeah. Fun question. So what was the first what television show did you grow up watching the most?
Oh.
But better yet, what television show do you think you probably had personality influence from?
I think the obvious ones are the animated Spider-Man, X-Men, and Batman, but that's not personality as much as it is like fandom.
Like to give me an idea, like Friends influenced my comedy.
I was gonna say I would literally Friends and Chandler. I watched every Thursday. My mom and I.
Oh really? Friends? Cool.
Literally, I was allowed. So I had TV time growing up. I was only allowed to watch 2 hours of TV or 2 hours of computer or 2 hours of video games any day, even weekends. And so if I was going to watch a movie with my family, I meant I couldn't play video games. If I was going to watch TV, like it was me learning how to manage time. and it was also me learning how to not be a glutton. And the only exception was Friends was off that because my mom and I would bond over those stories. Because ironically, my mom having me at 16 meant they were the exact like connecting for us. Because she was only like, I think that show started when I was like 8. And so she was 24. Like, she was the age of them. And it was a way for me to, like, connect to my mom. And it was a way that we were able to identify with each other. And it's the only show that we've rewatched together once I was in my 20s.
Right.
So it was really cool to see my mom's point of view as a kid and then as an adult to rewatch it with her and for us to connect. So Friends was really important to me. And Chandler's sense of humor and sarcasm. I used to be more like Deadpool and use sarcasm as a way to, like, keep people at a distance. I don't as much anymore. But I do think it helped shape what I consider humor because it was witty, and I think wit is more important than sarcasm.
I think the thing with our fun fact questions is that we ask story,
Yeah,
inquisitive.
that was definitely you asked.
We
I
ask
can't just
story,
say like
inquisitive. I think it's that interviewer stuff.
Yeah,
I wanted to know
the why?
people. Yeah, we're like, why this?
Okay, no
we're
more
not just
asking
like,
each other.
What's your favorite color? 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
like, that's fucking boring. I don't want to ask that.
Nobody cares. Green.
War of the Worlds and I Am Legend are great. 45 here. That's what I'm talking about. And I Am Legend. I should ask the team. Oh wait, I got a whole list of. I got like a note thing. Here. That's a great question. Actually,
I Am Legend is a blast.
to see if anyone's actually seen that.
The book is better, but I like.
Literally
I Am Legend
have a list here called movies to ask the team about. I'll put I Am Legend on here. But we have a couple people watching War of the Worlds this week.
Oh yeah.
All right, Coy, ask me a super general fun fact question.
Favorite animal?
Cats, easily.
There it is.
Cats, undoubtedly.
That was quick.
There you go. My first cat. Was
You know why I love
Mishmash.
cats? When I had a dog, then there was the pig face.
Just out of curiosity, are there any Polish movies or TV shows, or a number of them on Netflix right now, that you've seen? I don't think I've seen a single Polish property.
I like pierogies.
What? Is that
Like-
a dog?
No, pierogies is a Polish dish. It's like a ravioli with potatoes and cheese instead, or sometimes
Ooh.
potatoes and onions. I love pierogies. That's the only Polish thing
Sounds
I really know.
Oh, Saturday,
Dude,
I could
it's
have that.
bomb. Dude, get after some pierogies.
Oh, God.
Mrs. T's, I think, is the brand I like most. Dude, pierogies are bomb. I'm weird. I don't just make pierogies like the Polish people do. I do them like as ravioli, and I do red sauce. I do arrabbiata sauce on it.
Ooh.
So like I boil them, throw some arrabbiata sauce on there. Sometimes I bake them arrabbiata sauce.
Stop talking.
Real good.
I'm serious.
Pierogies.
No, normally my shutdown things are sarcasm.
Oh, God, stop talking.
No, don't do this right now. I'm really, I'm sleep deprived, so I'm really craving like high glycemic foods right now.
And your body's like shutting down after 2 hours live.
No,
I'm
give me,
dying. That's the only answer I got.
Okay, okay.
Ask me
Coy,
an easy
fun
question.
fact for you. What's your favorite video game?
Need for Speed. I'm a huge Need for Speed fan. I really love the Midnight Club as well. The Spider-Man games.
Need
are
for
obviously
Speed, huh?
Dude,
Oh,
I love racing games.
that's so interesting.
I love because
I thought you would say some story heavy game. I did not expect I just like to plug it in and then race something.
can I go in a circle? No, I like when I'm playing a video game, I like the escapism. I love story games like Spider-Man, but I really like the speed and adrenaline I get. Like I Wipeout, I love. Like Wipeout is a racing game from the future, but I love the adrenaline knowing I'm not going to die in real life.
Oh, interesting.
Like
Okay.
I don't drive fast anymore. I don't like roller coasters anymore. Like I want
Okay.
kids and I want a legacy and I want a family. So I've made myself get calmer. So I feel like racing games are a way for me to live the speed I used to love.
That's fascinating.
I used to drive a motorcycle. Like I had 7 years, I only owned a bike. I didn't have a car in LA for 7 years.
Wow.
I used to cut lanes going like 60, and now
Yeah.
I've found a life that I want to keep having. So racing games are like a methadone to my heroin.
Yeah, nice. Well, mine is I used to say, fun fact, I used to say Metal Gear Solid 3.
Great game.
I've never played. It was funny. Is I went for years. I couldn't afford a PS4. Then I finally got a PS4, and then I never played part. I never finished the story.
Oh, that's
with Metal Gear
funny.
4. I never finished it. I know there's like ones after, but I never finished it. My favorite game though of all time is more than likely. I think someone just pointed out in the chat actually. Last of Us Part 2. That's actually probably my favorite game of all time.
Solid game.
I'm so emotionally. I just get so emotionally invested in it.
I get worried when I'm addicted to a game because of the story that I don't do other things, so I don't let myself. Like Metal Gear.
That's the hard part about why people ask me why I don't game as often is
Yeah.
because I lose so much time.
And I just don't have the time to lose.
Yeah, I picked up Red Dead finally again, and I'm like, fuck, it's 3 a.m. I'm like, I've been here for 4 hours. I said I would give myself 40 minutes. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, side scrollers like Sonic. I love Sonic.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal Black was the shit on PS2.
All right, fun fact, Coy. What is the first? Do you? Oh my God, holy shit! Do you? How often do you go to the doctor?
Not often enough because I'm always dying.
I don't know why that was my question.
I don't even know if there's an average. When I'm sick.
When's the last time you had a physical, Coy?
14 months ago.
Okay, good to know.
Wait, April, 13 months ago?
That's a fun fact. Look, Darnell. What's goody, Coy, Greg? What's goody, Coy and Greg? Thanks for Super Chat, man. Y'all are the best. Biggest Spider fan here. Do you think one of the OG live-action Spideys would do well in a TV series? I never thought of that. Like, what if you continue their story via a series? You know, Sam Raimi continued Ash with Ash versus Evil Dead, and it was I didn't finish the last season, but with the seasons I caught, I thought it was an amazing continuation of the Evil Dead franchise.
Interesting idea.
A very amazing continuation. And that would be a very interesting route to take.
I'm such a movie theater guy.
I know, and I feel like people might not love it, but I feel like Sam Raimi has proven he can. But granted, part of Evil Dead's fun is you do it lo-fi, you make it.
I'd rather see Tom Holland on TV because he wants to do like a small budget. Like I'd rather see Tom Holland,
and it would cross over with Daredevil and stuff.
Yeah, I'd rather see him meet like kids in college because that could be young. But I feel like Andrew deserves a theatrical and Toby if people want.
That's fair.
That's my.
But Toby's not doing any TV either, you know.
Yeah.
Toby's like never working.
Toby got money and he's sitting at home or
Toby's
gambling.
got just like insane amounts of money.
Yeah, because that was when they paid actors.
He just never works.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
Doe Eyes. Thank you for the super sticker. Coy, question? Ask a question.
Oh, when you go, what's your favorite place in LA to go that isn't based around work? Like, what's your happy place? Don't give a specific like address, but like, do you have a type of event that puts you in a centered space?
Hiking.
Boom.
Love hiking. I really love hiking.
I love hiking.
Love it a lot. It's a great way to exercise and listen to personal development audio.
And you're outside, which is super important that we don't get enough of.
Yeah, and you're surrounded by trees, which produce natural oxygen. There's a lot. There's a lot of like physiology that's involved with hiking.
No screens.
Like it's not the most like effective workout for like weight loss or getting shredded or whatever.
But for mental health.
But yeah, there's a lot other physical benefits as well that come in that form.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for the super sticker, Doe Eyes. All right, Coy. What was the first? Do you know what the first comic book is you read?
Yes. I got a copy of Spider-Man #2 from Todd McFarlane. It's he's like battle ravaged, and it's the Lizard storyline. And I got it on my second birthday because I had fallen in love with Spider-Man like as a character growing up like 0 to 2. On my second birthday, they got me an issue 2, and it came out like that month.
Oh, cool.
So I have a picture of me in front of that, and that was actually the book that helped me learn language. Like to pair words with pictures. And I remember for like up until I was like 13, I thought the word was ravaged because I'd never heard it out loud. So there's all those toys from like the 95 action figure series, and I'd be like, battle ravaged. And then at one point my dad was like, you know, it's ravaged. And I was like, why would I know? But yeah, I learned to read with Todd McFarlane, and I actually I've interviewed him like 10 times, and he remembers me as the person he taught to read, so I call him Dad.
Oh, that's cool. Your dad must be so upset by that.
Actually, my dad is a huge Todd fan, so he thinks it's cute. Like him, Rob, and Todd are all
Actually,
like,
your dad's like, you call me sir.
Yes, you deal with this. You've met my dad. No, my dad is so loving but so intense.
Yeah. Are you guys liking this motif?
It's very thoughtful.
It's very thoughtful. Yeah, like it causes your brain.
Everyone is so bored.
I don't know if it's boring you guys or if it's working. That's the problem with live streams. Is you're like we don't have facial cues. We don't have energy cues.
20 seconds, we'll find out how much they hate it.
So you let us know if this per super chat equals fun fact about us, if it's working for you. I kind of laughed after watching Logan actually stab someone after watching the OG show. Yeah. Watching those looking shocked, like you just stabbed a guy. No, that was so rewarding for me because that was one of the most to go from watching the X-Men movies to go from Logan being probably one of my all-time favorite movies, to then go back to the X-Men animated series and be like, fucking Wolverine just keeps whipping out these claws, but never stabs a single person.
Threatening Bob.
Yeah, it's just a constant, like, on this Bob. Like, you're not going to do anything with him. You're
No,
just,
and he
you're
couldn't in the first
You're-
movies
yeah,
either. 'Cause
yeah.
They were like PG-13 as hell.
Yeah. So it's just like, he's like, just never doing it. And so to see him actually stab people in the animation, I'm like, thank God they're doing it.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
It was a relief in a weird way that I didn't know I needed it. to be a
Granted,
relief.
there's still okay. So the fun fact
People
number
are
one,
okay with it.
it's still like they're still finding workarounds. It's not
Most of
just
the
like
time.
stabbing
An
the
android.
societies. What were they called?
Friends of Humanity?
Friends of Humanity.
Yeah.
That's the Friends of Humanity. But you still find like, oh, they're human hybrid something. Oh, they stab Magneto.
I got a fun fact that ties into this, so I'll do this.
All right,
my
cool.
fun fact for Kiana. Where were you during the marathon bombing? I just watched the series on Netflix. It was crazy. I was here, but I managed to find an app that was able to download the police frequency in Boston, so I was able to listen in real time. Didn't sleep for 2 days because my little brother was supposed to run that marathon, and they shut down the cell towers, so I couldn't get in touch with my family. It was one of the scariest times in my entire life. I'm very close with my family, and that's maybe the only time I haven't been able to reach them, and it showed me how important they are to me. So that marathon is one of the most traumatic experiences, but one of the things I consider a positive because I look back on a horrible thing that made me appreciate my family more. I went to middle school with Jeff Bowman, the iconic photo of the guy that lost his legs. And fun fact, ties into my earlier fun fact, the reason I got the Jake Gyllenhaal interview is I auditioned to play Jeff Bowman's best friend, and I knew the real guy, so I called him, and he actually helped me coach for the part. And Jake liked my audition enough that he remembered me when I was doing press, and that's how that interview happened. So it was one of those really scary, sad things that put life in perspective, and it still has ramifications to this day. So I was here, and it's terrifying. So hug your family, and it's one of those things that makes me appreciate them.
Boring.
Lighten up. Bring on a happier
Boring.
one.
Where's the comedy in that?
Yeah, jokes and jokes.
Kiana's saying, happy Saturday, handsome boys. And Reject Nation, always appreciate the positive and passionate vibes towards the content we love. Always trying, so that's why we lie when we don't like something.
Yeah, shills.
Lie our way through it.
Whatever it is, it's great.
Lie our way
Lies,
through
lies,
it.
lies.
Lie.
I actually hate movies. I can't read. I just hold up and I pretend I can recognize the pictures.
Well, thank you, Kiana. It's a very, very kind sentiment. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's really sweet.
Fun facts about Greg.
Yeah.
What
Fun
is
fact. I'm
your
hungry.
favorite food?
My favorite food?
You're on death row. You get one last
God,
meal. Assemble a plate.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. If it's death row, I'm like ordering a buffet.
Well, yeah. But what's on it?
Might become a meat eater.
Well, yeah.
I think my all-time favorite food is I'm a basic bitch with a lot of things. It is pizza. I
respect that.
just a super cheesy pizza, like inflated with cheese. Oh my God, yeah, that sounds so bomb right now.
We're almost done, so I thought now was the food question.
You
I
son
almost
of a
did it
bitch.
earlier, but
I
then I
still
was
got
like,
other
this.
things to do.
No, it's okay. You're
Still got to work on the announcement.
You can
video.
come back to that. After you got to eat first, Greg. You got to eat. Pizza. Okay.
Holy balls, I'm craving it.
Geek Factor. I love the positivity thing Coy is talking about. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty about Disney and DC that I hate, and I like to talk about it. But come on, making 30 videos about Rings of Power before it comes out.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. That was the internet.
Amen to that.
That is a
Geek
very
Factor.
specific example that proves you're deeply interneted. Yes, Geek Factor. That is the dire nature of YouTube. I also think, and this is just from, like, I took a bit of psychology and sociology in college and high school, and that's why I like
Oh, so you don't
interviewing.
need therapy then?
No.
Yeah.
I've been in therapy once, so I'm done.
Yeah,
I graduated.
and you had class, so
Yeah.
you don't need to go to therapy.
I can actually give other people advice because I've been to therapy.
Yeah.
Having sat on that couch, I know how to therapize. But no, I psychologically, with a little bit of baseline knowledge, the reason I'm fascinated in interviews is also the reason I'm fascinated by YouTube culture. And I think something has shifted in that vulnerability is required for loving something. And hating something is more popular because it's easier. Like, liking something negative isn't going to have people judging you. Liking something negative is going to fuel it to be bigger and bigger. And obviously that's turned into profit for a lot of people. But I'm wondering, when we look back on this time, anthropologically, how much of the world is worse to scale because of pop culture? Because Marvel was a place of joy, and now Marvel's a place of hate. Star Wars was a place of joy, and now it's a place of hate. Anything that gets popular has always been hated by human society. Like, it happens. Music, once it gets to a point, I liked the band before it was cool. But we've now made it to scale because of social media. I'm wondering how bad that's affected politics, how bad that's affected people with their families, how bad that's made more people beat their wives, how bad that's made more kids be punished for stuff that wasn't to scale. I'm wondering if the internet, well, it was a mistake, but how big a mistake it was, because it's only going to accelerate with AI, and it's only going to accelerate with job loss. It's only going to accelerate as capitalism's into death throes. But now we're inherently angry because of things like YouTube. So how much of it has messed us up societally? I'm curious to find out in 20 years once it's all over.
Well, I think, he's talking about social media algorithms, but algorithms placate towards
Negativity.
They placate towards
This is working.
It's easy to a lot of people don't realize negativity produces serotonin. So It's easy to get addicted to it, and the human mindset is more likely to think negatively because of the way humanity was formed with survival instincts. Like when humanity,
It's fight or flight. Like, this was bad once.
Humanity was taught to survive.
Right.
When they hunt, for your food.
And that tiger thing can get addicted to it.
So yeah, it's really easy to be drawn to it when we live in a world where everything, especially in America, everything's so much out here in the States,
the news only exists because of negativity.
I'm saying it's so much. We have internet. Look at what we have now. You think what we're doing right now, 100 years ago, this would be this is the craziest thing. I could access.
We didn't have hot showers.
We could access. I didn't have hot showers so recently. Do you listen to Diary of a CEO?
I do.
That's where you heard the eye contact.
Two references today.
I made a reference from this podcast I love called Diary of a CEO. It's fantastic.
CEO Greg.
And then you and I brought up something about eye contact, and that's where I heard it
and
from.
I knew it because of that.
And then you brought up something from the comedian. What's his name?
I don't forget his name, but he's
the British guy.
Yeah,
the British guy.
Fucking Carr. Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr. Yeah, and he brought that up. And I was like, and that's kind of my mentality with a lot of
100 years
things.
ago, we didn't have hot water.
Yeah. And then I'm like, you must have listened to me.
Things are so bad, sure. But also, we are on the internet. We have lights. We have food whenever we want. We're talking about art. We're connecting. It is preposterous to be negative.
Yes.
There's so much. And that's why Civil War rocked me, man. Civil War is so viable today. And it was horrifying. That's one of the best movies I've seen in years.
So, yeah,
positivity.
I just got blown away by that.
That's so funny. That is such a deep connect.
Yeah, I'm rarely surprised. I lose so much in attraction and energy, and it makes sense that we'd have this in common. But to find that, it's such a specific thing. Yeah, and I've never talked about that podcast.
No, Greg and Coy are friends for a reason, gang.
It's funny. That's really funny. Jade and the Autobots.
We just had did we just become best friends moment as best friends? We just had the Velociraptor moment in bunk beds.
You guys should listen to Diary of a CEO. It's not what it sounds like. And part of the Jimmy Carr podcast
is about that.
Is it's not really a business podcast.
No, it's about a betterment of life.
Yeah, but there's so many fantastic guests on there, and that's the kind of interviews I personally love the most.
Same.
Okay, fun fact. I listen to a lot of personal development speakers. Tony Robbins I love, and I love Jim Rohn, Les Brown.
I like Tim Ferriss a lot.
And there's a lot that I listen to. I forget their names, but I'll find their audios There's a lot of great channels out there. And I feel like I'm John C. Maxwell, I think, is an amazing one about leadership and communication. Yeah, I love.
Have you read Atomic Habits?
I mainly listen to that.
It's my current addiction, the Atomic Habits book.
Willy Wonka being a racist slave owner? Oh, yeah, he's totally a racist.
Oh, that guy's a monster.
Yeah, that's part of it was fun reacting to that movie. I was like, so he's a little more messed up than I originally
Dude, he kills so many kids. He invites children to die.
This is a lot darker than I
expected. It's messed up. Yes, pineapple on pizza. Pineapple pizza is delicious. Sweet and savory.
Hey, so I've gone through every Gambit solo rogue duo comic outing, and I'm currently making my way through his 1996 to 2000s comic books, and I was wondering if Coy had any recommends. I should also be looking at within the X-Men books. X-Men lore is so dense and kind of intimidating, so I decided to start with the solo stuff. That's actually a fantastic question. That's something I would love to ask Coy about, because I do get intimidated about, well, shit, where do I? That's why I read Old Man Logan, because I was like, I just need to know what I know, and I'm good.
Yeah, it's very approachable.
Yeah.
Gambit stuff from that era, I would check out the stuff illustrated by Joe Madura. It deals with him as the kind of betrayer of the Morlocks. It also deals with Rogue having, difficulty navigating her powers with Gambit. I think it's around the issue 340s. 300 is a great John Romita Jr. issue, and then it goes into Joe Madureira. These are the artists. And that era is very strong for Gambit and Rogue. And also the current stuff, there's a 2022 comic that is called, I believe, Gambit and Rogue. And it's a love story, and it's really cute about the two of them. And it lets them kind of like go on vacation and have their own solo endeavor. It's only 5 issues, so I'd check those out.
Perfect. All right. Coy, question for you.
Yes.
Who is a really popular comic book, try not to make this a lengthy one, who is a really popular comic book character that you personally don't feel like you love as much as a lot of people?
Sentry.
Okay.
There's this character, Sentry, that is their kind of take on Superman, and he's like got a darkness and a lightness, and it just feels like it's trying really hard. I think that in any medium, when something's trying really hard, it feels stale, and I've never read a Sentry comic that felt like I cared. So I think characters need an eye line, and I don't think him being like a person with 2 personalities is a great eye line. I think it's like pretty linear writing. So I've never connected to him, and I know a lot of people love him, and I have no judgment on you if you love him. I just think he's overrated.
Yeah. Fair enough. Mashby, just realized the Doom Patrol, the Deadpool Detective, Sandman are in the same universe. Do you think they'll bring the latter two in the next season of Sandman? I doubt it. I do. When Sandman season 2 is coming out, though, I am planning on reacting to it.
Ooh.
Because I first want to read it.
Yeah.
So I got all those comics.
Yes.
I'll finally read it. And but no, I don't know if they're gonna actually connect all those. Are people talking good about the Dead Boy detectives?
I hadn't heard anything at all.
Yeah,
Positive or negative.
I saw a trailer came out, but I didn't hear any traction around it at all.
Yeah, I haven't heard a thing. So maybe, but I think Sandman is very intentionally more like a poem. I can't imagine they could seamlessly mash the tones of Doom Patrol into that, so I doubt it. It'd be cool as a cameo, but also you'd have to get the style right so it didn't feel forced.
Look, guys, a beanie that we never, a headband we never actually sold.
Whoa. You're just showing people what they can't have.
Yeah.
Fun fact for Greg.
Yeah.
What is your go-to stress relieving vice that isn't working out, like an actual negative thing? Like, do you like to drink? Do you like to play video games? Do you like to an excess? Like, what's your excess? Because we've talked a lot about positivity. Let's make sure we're
That's
real.
interesting. I guess the back to a couple weeks ago, I stopped doing it, but I was a massive vapor. Coy knows. After every stream,
It was very intense. I didn't realize the scale until I knew the numbers. I was like, whoa.
Just constantly vaping. I was a heavy cigarette smoker, and then I stopped vaping a few weeks ago. And yeah, that was that. My biggest thing that I had to overcome was binge eating. Binge eating was undoubtedly my biggest vice. I grew up in a home where, like, that's what I mainly did, and so it was really easy for me to gain weight and stuff. So that's why I value a lot about mental health, because that's helped me keep my physical health on track. And I guess now, I don't know. I haven't really evaluated that question.
That's
yet.
why I'm always
Do you know
curious about-
yours?
Oh, yeah. Mine currently is whenever I'm overwhelmed and I have no bandwidth, ice cream, cookie dough, like sweet sweets, like absurdly sweet, because I'm trying not to drink as much.
Oh, interesting.
Because it literally has become, I'm old enough now.
Crackers is actually my thing.
Crackers?
Yeah, I just realized that.
There's
no sugar added,
fucking
but I
wholesome,
eat so many crackers now.
That's the whitest thing you've ever
I
said.
eat,
Literally,
like,
that
I
is
have,
that is
rosemary crackers,
saltines.
whole wheat crackers, garlic crackers.
I love
I'm constantly like crackers.
empty carbs. Yeah, I don't drink as much as I used to, because it has caught up to me to where, like, it borrows from tomorrow. But, like, sugar borrows way more from tomorrow, because I hate, like, I've been going to the gym because I've been sick, and then I've been eating, like, I'll house a pound of cookie dough.
No, okay.
Like a whole pound, and I'll gain 2 pounds because it's not good. Yeah, so cookie dough and ice cream.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, shit. Jane and the Autobots back at it. Okay. Well, we asked Coy his fun fact, which was my question.
There you go. That one
I
counts.
deflected the question.
Yeah. Uno reverse
Also,
card.
it's almost been 2 years since I told Greg about the bear. He still hasn't seen it. This is not your duty, Coy. Fix it. Love you guys. Holy crap, it's been that long.
Dude, yeah, season 3's coming out next month.
Wow.
Season 3, June 18th. Very excited about it.
I hear it's a good show, guys.
It's one of the best shows. Jane, don't put this on me. What did I do,
There's
Jane? I've
so
seen
many.
it.
Saltines are the hardest thing, man. Like, we have two offices here, And I keep the one in the other office because it's a lot harder to access that one.
to leave.
So I gotta like walk all the way
Oh,
back.
that's so funny.
But yeah, those saltines, man, holy shit.
That's hilarious.
But the Bear TV shows, that can be an intimidating start for me.
Only 2 seasons, and it's worth it. It is exceptional, dude.
I believe you.
You're also gonna have like full-on anxiety attacks that'll feel cathartic when it's over.
I believe you, but I want to get back more into writing again. That's a
That's
big
fair.
part of getting the structure going.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
sometimes when I write, I'm like, oh, I should revisit like some of these movies to see what worked and what doesn't.
And what to inspire you
yeah,
creatively.
yeah. And I'm like, oh, damn, I don't have the time to do
When you're feeling inspired to watch something, make it the Bear.
One day the Bear will come around. All right. Okay, Lindsay, fun fact for you, Coy. Coy, what do you put on a hot dog?
Just mustard. Like literally
Really?
only mustard.
Oh, really?
I think
You're
ketchup is
old.
weird. I think relish is weird.
Wait, do you not like ketchup?
I like ketchup, but on
But you
hot
don't like
dogs
ketchup on a
and
hot dog?
On fries, I think on
Oh my God,
specifically weird on
really?
hot dogs. It's sweet. That's odd.
Really?
Just mustard. Like literally, if there's anything else, I won't eat the hot dog. If I go to barbecue,
so funny.
I'm that guy. Like I cannot.
Was there ever a time where you put ketchup on it?
I will take a bite and go, I've tried
Because
it.
there was a time I did not like mustard. Now I love
I
mustard.
love mustard. I'm a tart guy. I like vinegary things.
Oh my God! No,
I grew up like-
my God, that's crazy.
My
to me.
family is like
Shit.
second generation Irish Appalachian immigrants, so we pickled everything because we came up like from having to save food for 2 years. So everything pickled is good for me. I realized this in the last 6 months. I came up eating everything pickled because it didn't go bad that way. So vinegar and mustard is like pickling stuff.
Oh God, I love salt and
So
vinegar,
like, yeah,
too.
man, I'm a vinegar fiend. I like ketchup on fries, obviously, but that's it.
Prediction for The Boys season 4. A lot of Trump references.
Yeah.
A lot of Trump allegories. Get ready for it, guys. People who claim to hate politics and shows, well, is
Keep
massively
politics out of my comic books and movies.
massively successful show keeps coming out every season, and people keep loving it.
It's almost like art's
Yeah,
political. It's got
almost
something
like,
to say.
It's almost like people are we have clearly been responding to comments
reading
here.
them right now.
We just did it right now, Emma.
Fried pickles. Only mustard. Love being artistry.
But frankly, though, the ones that are going to be read on screen are like, yeah, they contributed the
Gotta
earnings.
focus.
Yes.
Yeah.
You hop between chat and super chats.
It's illegal here in Chicago to put
but we
ketchup on hot
shine
dogs.
the
Yeah.
biggest spotlight on them because they have contributed the dollars.
And we're doing both. We're doing both.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I'm predicting a death
Kimchi.
and
Ooh, kimchi. Ooh, that's a good one.
yeah, good for your stomach too. Probiotics.
Yeah, good job, Kimchi.
Yeah, I think a death, and I also think politics.
It's
is
just so
hilarious
funny to hear
me.
people talk about keep politics out of stuff, and he's
It's
like
like-
on the boys, which is like so
It's-
goddamn
he's
political.
wearing a flag.
It's like wildly political show.
It,
and
it
but
embarrasses
it's like
me.
so
People's-
fucking successful. And
It's
it's
insane.
like it's totally.
People don't realize that art is political because it's an emotional thing, and people are like emotionally. That's their life.
But I guess to be fair, boys did start off with that in its DNA about its commentary. Versus, I think people get upset if like it wasn't originally that, and then it starts becoming that.
Sure, but I think that's like the nature of trying to evolve a story.
Yeah.
I think that's the evolution of telling something important.
Yeah, it's very true.
Like it's almost like politics affect our lives. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I try not to let it affect me. Next one.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Oh, 2 more. That's it.
Ask me a question.
Okay. Coy, what was the first full-time job you had?
Oh, the week after my 14th birthday, I started working at a movie theater. I'd been a paper boy. I'd like cat sat. I'd like shoveled lawns. I'd done all the landscapey stuff. But my first job that was like a paycheck, week after my 14th birthday, and I worked there from 14 to 21. So 7 years movie theater as an usher, projectionist, concessionist.
Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's great.
I started with 2 Towers, Lord of the Rings. Like I literally, that was my first big movie. Also, this is completely illegal, but I'm going to say it on air to incriminate myself. I used to make a ton of money we couldn't reserve tickets yet for seats. Like it was just free form.
I
So
see where this is
I'd be
going.
like, $20, I'll get you to the front of the line. And I'd sneak people into good seats, and I'd also like sell people like bags of popcorn like under the table and stuff. So I profited so much off of like cash.
That's smart.
Yeah, man. I was
That's
a hustler.
smart,
Because I only
yeah.
made like $6.75 an hour. Because it was minimum wage back then. It was garbage. So I'd like take money under the table.
Yeah, I mean, people look at minimum wage now and they think it's a lot, but then like, well, prices have also gone up.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Like I could actually eat for $5 then.
yeah. Droopy McCool saying, thoughts on Phantom Menace 25th anniversary. It was amazing to hear duel of fates on the big screen. The CGI and practical effects held up really well. I have not watched it. Phantom Menace is my least favorite Star Wars movie. So
The second one's mine. This is the second least favorite.
that is the most common opinion.
Yeah.
Is Attack of the Clones and I like Attack of the Clones actually significantly more. I have a really hard time sitting through Phantom Menace. It's really hard for me to sit through that movie.
I haven't rewatched any of the prequels in like 10 years, and the last time I did it was a struggle. Koi's a nemesis in the movie industry. No, they still bought tickets. They just got better seats because of me. I still support the movie theater. I just also support me.
All right, here we go. Fun fact. There was my first full-time job, like full-time job, because I had like a lot of jobs when I started like 15.
Mhm.
But my one that was like, I'm here like 40 hours undoubtedly. I was a head cook at a hot dog restaurant.
Oh, the
for
hot dog thing is personal.
A year and a half. Yeah, my mind started flashing.
That's so funny. All this
there-
hot dog talk.
The restaurant shut down during COVID, unfortunately. It was booming for a long time. And I created a hot dog that they called the Greggy Veggie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Someone asked me one day, surprised me. And I was like, fun. I just like packed like a
The
shit.
Greggy Veggie.
I just packed like everything into it. And I put like fries in the hot dog, did a whole bunch of crazy shit with it. And then the person loved it. And they're like, oh, we should put it on the menu. And they call it the Greggy Veggie.
Yes. That's great. That's a fun fact.
So, Koi from Geek Factor, thanks you for that fun fact about fitness. I'm turning 40 again.
I'm assuming 41 or 42. I'm going to turn 40 a lot.
I'm turning 40 all over again. I was 50 a week ago, but
Yeah,
next
but
week
I'm
I'm 40.
Regressing.
So I'm currently losing weight and getting back in shape, so that aligned perfectly. Love you guys.
I'm about to start that journey once I'm not. Like, I'm still a little sick, but this is the best I've felt in about a month. So I'm going to give it till probably Monday, and then I'm going to get back on my journey. I actually had been doing the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool program, but I recently got the Sebastian Stans program from their trainer, Don Saladino, who
Sounds so unpleasant.
who I'm excited. Oh, dude, it's going to break me in so many ways, but I'm excited to get back in shape. Like, this is the worst I've physically felt since in my 20s, so I'm excited myself.
We had like a real rejects hangout in that building. It was at Michael Tesla's
Dude, that was
place,
so
and he
dope.
has a gym, and then we just started working.
We just worked, and I was like, yes! Yeah, I'm
then
excited for that.
You could see like Koi and I just like, this is so fun.
This is what life is. This is important.
This is so fun. I love it.
Oh, Geek Factor meant this year, not again. Okay, so he's actually turning 40. Because I will be turning 40 a few times.
And our last one, let me just make sure it's our last one today of the contributions to the stream. Uno momento. Oh, no, we got two. Last two of the day. All right. Fun
Show 'em in
fact.
order, right?
Fun fact.
There we go.
Okay. How old were you when you had your first kiss?
Oh,
Or what grade?
I'm trying to remember my first kiss. I had to be like 12,
Okay.
somewhere around there. I feel like I'm trying to think of that era, but I think I was like 12. You?
Well, I had sex before. No, I.
This is now a documentary. This is now a.
But no, there was the. I must have been how old I was in the 7th grade.
Usually 12 or 13, because I started school early at 5. Usually people are 6.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
yeah, 12 or 13.
12 or 13.
Yeah.
All right, so about the same.
Yeah, yeah. It's that Virgo in us.
Yeah, we got a goal. We got plans. Dude, it's so weird. Like because you're the same age as me, right?
How old are you?
88?
No, I'm 90.
Oh wow, that much younger than me. Yeah, so it's weird to hit like a point where, well, you're married, so it feels like you're older than me. Or at least mine. But it's weird to hit a point where like those memories are such ideas of memories that it almost feels like I watched it, not lived it. Like my
Sure.
memories from pre-15 are all conceptual.
I feel like once you reach, I think when you're like in high school or grade school, you were like, if you're 13 and someone's 12, you're like, you're young.
Yeah.
But once I reached like 21, or I want to say, it stopped feeling like such a gap with people and
Yeah.
stuff, you know?
But now generationally, it's interesting because I identify more with people 20 years younger than me than 20 years older than me.
Interesting.
Like I definitely there's a wiggle, but I also think that's like societal because I think Gen Z I'm more proud of than like boomers. So I think there's a connectivity because of like worldview.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I think that shifted for our generation.
By the way, guys, we call this our movie news stream, but it's really our live podcast.
Yeah, this
In
is
case you guys didn't notice.
it's just a couple of white guys talking about their lives.
That's how we do it.
That's what podcasts are now.
I hope you two are doing well. Call me crazy, but I could see Sydney Sweeney being Emma Frost. Totally good. After Secret Wars, if she doesn't end up being Black Cat and Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland. Are you guys a fan of the new Marvel game, new game Marvel Rivals? People are playing it right now. No, haven't played it.
I have not played it. I will probably. I'm just starting.
Is
Miles
it like
Morales.
Star Wars Rivals?
Perhaps.
Star Wars Rivals is a board game, though.
Oh, maybe. I don't really follow the game side because there's so much comic and movie and TV side. I just started the Miles game on PS4, so I'm intentionally a few years behind, so I can just like play it when I get time. But we're googling it.
Marvel Rivals.
It looks like it's a card game.
Yeah, like Star Wars Rivals.
Yeah, just like okay,
yeah.
Haven't played it, but I'm glad you're digging it. I feel like there was a question in there. Black Cat would be great. I don't know her work that well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen her in the rom-com with Glenn Powell, and I've seen her in Madam Web. If she's good, great. I think that Black Cat is a really fun character, but I think Tom Holland is playing a little young for that. If he ages up a couple years between 3 and 4, maybe. But it's a very like sex positive character, and I think a lot of people are going to see him very young. But he could also kind of use that, I think, because like Zendaya's Challenger's role, I think helped people realize like she's a grown woman. But I don't know if the audience wants to see Tom as grown yet.
Yeah, well, he has that look.
It's just so innocent.
He's got that demeanor about
Yeah.
him. He just feels young.
When I did that trailer release with him, it was really funny because like he's so successful and got a great business mind, and he's Spider-Man. But it was so funny because I'm like, that's a kid, and it was so like hard to adjust. He was super kind, super friendly, super opening, but like it was the first time I interviewed someone that was like that famous and seemed that young, and I think that's an asset. But he's not. When he speaks, he's very articulate and intelligent, so it's a really funny dichotomy.
Well, I think he wants to be seen not as a boy or a young guy anymore. I think he wants to be like a man now.
Yeah,
or,
Spider-Man, and he's earned it. Like he's a really talented dude.
He has to work hard to achieve that, though. He will have to really prove himself with that.
And Black Cat might do that for him as a character.
And Coy, fun fact: if we had to choose a board game to play right now, what would it be? Or in a hangout night.
I love the card game Friends Against Humanity. I love the board. Oh, what's that? Fucking Candyland, dude. I fucks with Candyland.
Fucking Candyland.
I haven't played a board game in a while, but I fucks with Candyland,
man.
son.
Goddamn Candyland's
Candyland's where it's at.
Nice, good call. Have you heard the recent rumor from Fugito that Marvel might finally make the Captain America series of Chris Evans reuniting with the Infinity Stones? Would you guys want that? Let me know. Why not? It'd be fun. I don't care.
Chris Evans should stay dead.
I
know this would be before he died, but if you're watching him, it's a modern. You're watching him in 2024, invalidating his death to me. But I've said that before, and I know it's a bummer. But I think Downey Jr. and
hasn't that rumor been around forever?
Since Endgame.
I know it got more popular recently, but I feel like it's been around forever.
I think since Endgame, like legitimately. But I personally just think there should be some weight to the
It would be one of those like Star Wars fill in the gap movies.
It'd be Obi-Wan.
Where you're
It'd
just
be
like,
very much Obi-Wan.
How exactly did he pull this off?
And then like, how is he a little older? Because like, I don't know. Dude's married and living in Massachusetts again. I'm happy for him. I just want Chris to be happy. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I just want actors to be happy.
It's a real fill in the blank kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which could be fun to watch. Sure. It could be fun.
All right. Any last?
I think there's one more sticker that we just got to acknowledge.
Christian unpronounceable.
We got two stickers. We're gonna make a double fact. All right.
Ask me one.
All right, Coy. 1 sec.
Okay.
Your favorite chocolate bar.
Oh shit! Especially lately, that's been important. My vice. Twix.
Nice, good call.
Nice texture, nice sweetness, nice weight to it. Going Twix. What about you?
Well, Jake Van Norden, thank you for the super sticker. My favorite chocolate bar is actually Snickers.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's like
I don't eat them that often, but when I do, I love it.
Yeah, it's dense. There's a lot going on in there.
God, this stream is doing a number to me.
Yeah, I mean, you asked that.
I just want pizza,
Snickers,
that Polish dish, and Snickers.
I'm telling you, man, pierogies.
All righty, guys. Well, thank you so much for another fantastic, fun stream. Let's read some quick comments while we're exiting out of here really quick. Please leave a like on this stream before you guys head out. Oh, my God, something went really wrong here.
Crotch.
Look at my crotch. Hold on a sec. Oh, my God. A lot
going on.
Oh, my God.
That's it.
Hold on.
That's how he's ending the
this
stream.
button, and then I'm looking for this button.
Keith Barr. Healthy weekend.
And I'm looking for that
Snickers.
button. Yeah, let's keep Gollum on here. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for another fun stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the fun facts about us. Hope you learned a lot about us today. Peanut butter Snickers sounds good.
Someone said they want a podcast with different rejects interacting.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of working on something.
That's what I said out loud.
Oh, I need structure.
Yeah.
I need structure.
Like this.
Yeah.
This was
Trying to get a weekly thing here. Greg,
Yeah.
John is better than you at tech. Why are you like doing those emojis?
Yeah.
That's
I think
literally what I said to the entire collective here. What I said.
We
if
had a
there's
meeting.
someone who is a leader in the tech stuff here, lean on John. I literally said that to everyone.
Yeah. I think it's important to like know your strengths.
It's absolutely important to know where people's strengths are, and that's not something that I'm like, no, I must be better than John about this.
Greg loses sleep at night about it. Calls me.
No, yeah, but thank you guys so much. Thank you to everyone who contributed to our Streamlabs and our super chats, and Doughwise, we were ending the stream.
She's back in the game.
Love being artistry. Thank you for being here, Mike Rios, Man3X. And I'm not holding John back. I
letting
would
him sleep
never. I
sometimes.
would never do that. He has been a massive contribution and very valuable in other areas behind the scenes as well. Right now, he's super important to hear.
Francisco, I'm back
Francisco
everywhere.
Moro, thank you so much. 5 Rocks. Make sure if you haven't done so, follow Coy on his personal channel, where he's covering additional content. And hey, keep a lookout for a very special announcement tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy that video. I got to finish putting that bad boy together.
I'm excited to watch it myself.
Coy, thank you for being here.
This is a blast as ever.
See you, rejects. Ending stream.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, God. Okay, so now it's done.
Oh, yeah, so I feel
Dude.
like the inner...
Like, I'm getting these triceps going.
Also,
right?
this is from those forearm curls we were talking
The
about.
forearm
That little,
curls.
like, this muscle's hard to get.
But I'll be doing, like, these punches, right? You know?
Well, the punches aren't. That's
The
not
punches are
contraction.
really toning it
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
do
that's like in
weighted
and out.
punches,
Oh,
and
yeah,
for
yeah.
like 45 minutes, I'm still infusing some
And that'll
weights.
get the ancillary muscles, like the ones that
Yeah.
connect all the muscles. That's going to be that move. That's for
But
sure.
I like to work out in the backyard naked. now.
Right. Of course. Like Swayze,
Yeah.
but naked.
No, I
like
to
the
do it
scene in
naked.
Roadhouse, but naked.
Naked. So I bought like a bunch of mirrors.
Right, naturally. I mean, you're not naked unless you're looking at it.
I'm off. Sometimes, so I'm at the gym because I'm clothed. I'm only there for 2 hours. In
Right.
the backyard, 3 hour.
And you put the
workout.
lights from the studio up back there.
Oh yeah. I'm
that way
usually
you're, like,
I'm
spotlit.
usually recording.
Well, yeah.
And I've also cut
That's
down.
what the Patreon content
That's
is.
what the Patreon content is for.
mhm.
And I've also cut down the bushes around the
Right.
backyard. That way neighbors can look.
Well, you put
'cause I
little
feel like
holes
they
in them. That
like
way
it.
they feel like voyeurs. You want it to be like
Exactly.
an enhanced experience.
Exactly.
It's a gift for them.
Exactly.
The neighbors love it.
Oh,
We're still
shit,
live?
we're still live?
Yeah, we did it again. You know what?
I'm
Well,
sorry, guys.
Nope, sorry.
I'm sorry. Shit. Sorry, guys. I don't do any of that.
No.
I don't do any of that.